Everybody mute themselves.
I should change the name.
Hello, welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network, presented by Primary Arms. How's everybody tonight? First off, Nick, Ray, Sharenda, and Chris. And you know why.
Don't hate.
But as we found out Sunday that the good Lord had a reason that I'm not there, so. But, yep. So, those of you who don't know, I lost my dad on Sunday after a long freaking battle with throat cancer. So, he's in a better place, not suffering anymore. I was showing the gang some pictures of him from a few years ago and then current, and yeah, cancer sucks. Fuck cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what I've been dealing with most of the last week is that. So, Paul Loud wants to take bets on when Nick and Chris get kicked out of SHOT Show. Well, if Nick didn't get kicked out last year, I'm pretty sure he's not going to get kicked out this year. Chris, I don't know. He's sketchy as so.
Well, we don't have any adult supervision this year, so
They didn't have any adult supervision last year.
that's true. Good point.
I was the adult supervision. We know that's not a good thing. My rules simply state the rule book says you have to grow old. It says nothing about growing up. So therefore, I'm not growing up. Which is why when we were sitting in the funeral home today planning the funeral, my stepbrother was sitting across from me, and every once in a while we were making goofy faces when somebody said something that we had a comment to make about, but knew we couldn't make the comment because he's just like me. So yeah, don't take anything seriously, especially life, because nobody gets out alive.
Yep.
So
Ben Wilder.
Vemjim, actually Candy and Brandy are busy tonight. They were working for some extra gun money.
Yep.
Nick's got expensive tastes, and they're going to a show on Friday that Nick might need some extra money, so he sent the girls out to make some extra money. I can show you what their costumes is going to look like.
Yes. Please do.
Shouldn't have said it.
Hey, I didn't say it.
And don't forget, guys, it's Candy and Brandy with an I. Not
Yeah, so this is the girls with Nick right before he sent him out to go do some working. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make him some pretty good money.
Yep.
Hey, Nick has no more safe words. No.
Yeah, we figured that once that happened, Nick had no safe words. So, Paul Loud says, my apologies to Sharenda for drawing the short straw. So, no, she's just making sure to stay the hell away from all of them. I don't know them people.
I'm actually being the worst. I'm touching all the things. Hell, I'm even touching people.
Yes! Just remember, it's fondling firearms and touching people.
Hey,
Flip that around, you'll go to jail.
No one is saying stop. No.
Okay, game on.
And for once, she's actually spending our money.
Yay!
You know when you had little kids and you took them to Walmart or Kmart and they'd wandered off to the toy store and you couldn't find them? That's Sharenda. We've lost her 4 or 5 times.
This company right here is the one that Sharenda has dragged me to, and that I'm gonna probably drop hundreds of dollars for my wife for hunting gear because it's a woman's hunting clothing.
That is awesome. Hey, Sharenda, did you make
it?
it?
Pants right now.
Yeah. So, freaking sweet. Sharenda, I don't know if Denny Adams is there or not, but you should go swing by there too.
Denny Adams?
Yep.
Okay. What's he sell?
She.
What's she sell? Is it the flashbang?
No. No, that's Lisa. But you can stop by Flashbang too if they're there. I don't know if they are or not, but I'm looking to see. on the vendors list. So
Right.
Denny Adams, DENEADAMS, is a female and a run company, owned company, and what they make is concealed carry. Yep, they're there. Booth EX443.
EX443. Okay.
But Anna Taylor is, if you've ever seen like
Oh,
YouTube
you
videos
said
of this
Denny
short little
Adams.
blonde that carries all these guns and the fancy clothing, that's Denny Adams is the company, and that's Anna Taylor that does all the modeling.
That's not Denny, it's Dean.
Is it?
Yes. And I've met Anna. She's actually my neighbor. She lives in the Kansas City area.
Yep.
And I actually have some of her products.
Yeah. Whenever we have a lady that wants to come in and wants to start concealed carrying, I said, well, have you got a holster and stuff yet? No? Okay, you got a smartphone? Get your phone out. You need to go here.
Yeah,
Every single one of them's like, wow.
Yeah, they make a good product. I do not disagree, and I will stop by there.
Yep. By the way, Flashbang makes more than just the Flashbang holster. They make other holsters as well, and they make some good quality stuff too. But Lisa and Julie are awesome people too.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop by and see them too.
So. All right. Jim, what you been up to? Jim Bueller.
He's taking a nap.
I think he's
Muted.
muted, and he doesn't realize it. So he's mumbling to himself.
Mute. Take the mute button off, sir.
God.
Yay! Now we can hear him. Woo! We're number
There you
one. We're number one.
That's right. Well, the world wouldn't be the same without you guys harassing the old man.
That's right.
I forgot to put the batteries in, so I'm in the middle
your
of trying
hearing
to cover
aids?
my ass and my hair. No,
You forgot to put the batteries in for your hearing aids?
yeah, that too.
Oh, that's terrible. Hey, they
A
make
nice
rechargeable hearing aids now.
That's why I forgot to put the batteries in. It's a bore sight.
Fancy.
Yep, it's 223 caliber specific, and you can see it's
Hey, somebody
working and
should
all that. And like I said, it's a bore sight, nothing more, nothing. About $25-$28.
Nice. Hey, Nick, you should swing by that Boresight company and see if you can pick me up a camera for free this year.
See what I can do.
All right.
Tesla.
We haven't had 2 weeks, as we said. We just got out of the basement, so it's maybe tomorrow we'll have to just go over to the expo or the Caesars.
Yeah. Paul, what you been up to?
Nothing. Just going to doctors, getting tests done. That's it. Nothing.
The lobotomy scars healed nicely.
Oh, well, that's that's to be expected. What can I tell you?
Hey, they did a good job. I mean, I got the divot right here from mine, so.
Well, I still got the hole in the brain that they can't figure out where that came from. So, I got that going for me.
There you go.
That's from all that gas.
It backed up into his head.
Exactly. That's why they call him shithead.
Oh well,
Yeah, it happens.
that's right.
So, Chris, Paul Loud's got a question for you, or a statement for you. Is that true? I didn't realize Chris had the moves for a flashbang. That's kind of cool.
Right. Sharina can tell you about the purse that she looked at today.
Yeah, there is a bulletproof purse out on the market that I was really intrigued about. This was the is that gonna blur out? It's called Urban Chick, and it looks like I shouldn't say basic handbag. It looks like a designer handbag, and it's a good quality leather. But the plus size is it's bulletproof, like those bulletproof backpacks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna chat with them later to get some more information. But the
Does
cuteness
it fold
caught my
out, or is it just that small?
they're like messenger bag size,
Oh,
and they're level 3A rated for anyone that's getting ready to ask.
okay. Oh, the crowd's in good form tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, all right. So we'll start with Ray, since he's allegedly the most wizened person in the group.
Oh, thanks.
And what's your most favorite and least favorite thing you looked at range day?
Well, favorite, it's nothing new, not a new product or anything like that. Was the Zenith MP5 clone.
Yep.
Got to shoot one yesterday, and this had the folding stock, which is actually a brace, and had a red dot for a pistol caliber carbine or sub gun, whatever you call it. It was the most well balanced, smooth, hold on target. It was just incredible, just incredible. And the price.
Did they have the one with the K with the can on integral can there too?
No, so they did not have an SD model. I know they had the super short K with the iron sights, and I shot that one. I know you shot, I think, a K with a red dot, and then they had the standard
Full stock.
I think 10.5 inch full stock with the tri-lug triangle hand. So they have a little bit of mixture of everything. But nice thing about the new Zeniths, they're made in America. Yeah. Unlike being in Turkey, they were having QC issues over there, and now we're like, okay, we can bring it and make it just as nice for around the same price here in the States.
But that roller delay system, I don't know if anybody's ever shot one. That was smooth.
Yeah.
And you were stuff about H&K came by and
they were saying to us, the guy that was up there, he said that the H&K guys came by and basically were like, damn.
Yeah, they were impressed.
You guys got this right.
Which is good.
Yeah, so that was probably my favorite. I don't know if I had a least. I mean, there was some stuff. What was the one pistol? The 580, the
5.0?
The 5.0.
Oh, yeah, we all had the.
Yeah.
That needs some work.
Yeah. And I don't know if that was necessarily, who puts that out? That
Rock
was
Island.
Rock Island. You know, I don't know if that was a gun issue, but every one of us shot it, and a couple people in front of us shot it. And I think they gave us each 5 rounds to shoot. About 90% of the people we saw shooting had a failure to extract.
Yeah, extract or
eject. And I think it was the ammo because
or failure.
Or failure.
Fire.
Mine was a failure to fire.
Yeah. Somebody videoed it. We looked at the video, and that the brass was just trickling out like 3 or 4 inches. So I think it was more of an ammo issue.
Well, they were using that. We saw that arms core.
Yeah.
So it probably
that's their company.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely needed a hotter load.
Yeah.
But the feel of it and everything was nice. And
I was pleasantly surprised because looking at early on after when it was first announced, I was worried, okay, this looks blocky. I didn't like the way it looked from the videos and photos I saw early on, but getting it in the hand felt really good. So right now it's on the Seymour footprint, but she did say they're going to be coming out with like their own plate that will accept all the major red dots on the market. So.
And the gun I'd probably realistically buy was that 22 from
Taurus.
Taurus. That had
TX22.
Had a can on it. Oh my God. What a fun play toy.
Yeah, TX22 is an amazing 22.
Yes.
And the brace is amazing.
Yeah. I could really have fun with that gun.
That's an under $300 gun if I remember.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
we had a chance to shoot their new optic ready revolvers too.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like I think it was 350, 360, something like that.
Yeah.
And they function pretty well, shot well. The only hiccup is on that red dot, you kind of have to angle that revolver down a little bit to bring that red dot actually into the middle. So that would be muscle memory, getting used to it. And
I was also impressed with the some of the Savage shotguns we got to shoot. They were nice.
The Renegades.
Yeah. And then did you shoot some other stuff to compare them, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. From what I've seen, I haven't shot them, but they didn't really seem like they were worth the money.
So with the Renegade, what was that? Tactical.
Yeah, the tax.
So Renegade Tactical with the 18.5-inch barrel, shooting good sized bird, regular bird, good bird shot,
Mhm.
decent velocity, decent load. I think it was 7.5 in
Yeah.
shot size. It felt like a 20 gauge.
Okay.
So
That'd be
the way they
worth
have their gas system done is it's kind of like
They've got it tuned, Mike, according to the rep,
Yeah.
that is tuned for the lightest load that's on the market.
Yeah.
So if you get like you go from like say to a larger, hotter round like a 3-inch, all that extra gas is actually got 2 holes underneath the front handguard that will port that extra out.
and yeah, as I said, it felt like for an 18.5-inch.
Yeah.
It felt like a 20 gauge, and plus we were shooting at clays,
Mhm.
and I think all three of us hit all of them.
Yeah.
Which for an 18.5-inch with ghost ring sights,
That's nice.
that's pretty impressive.
Well,
Yeah.
it's good to hear the Renegade is better than advertised.
Yeah.
So,
And we did shoot the Savage 1911.
Yep.
And
I was actually pleasantly surprised for non
Yes.
pistol shooters. We were
we were center punching.
center punching it at about 25 yards.
So
is it nice enough to be worth the money?
and that's where we were kind of
Yeah.
wondering.
I mean, it's extremely nice. It's smooth, tight tolerances, feels good in the hand, shoots great. I
When you put your hands over the gun, do you get sharp edges or anything like that?
No, I didn't.
mean, the
find
serrations
it.
were deep enough that
You could.
if
Wet
it
or-
was muddy, wet, and all that, you're not
Yeah.
gonna have an issue racking it, but not deep enough that you're like gonna damn near cut your finger off or anything like that, like you've seen on some.
Well,
I would say it's about I'd say about reasonably priced for what it is actually. Is there nicer stuff out there? Yeah, but I think Savage actually did a decent
Oh, yeah.
job on this.
Yeah.
And we talked to the guy, and he basically said they've been wanting to get back in the pistol because they were originally in the pistol game years ago, and they're trying to make that name to get back in. That's why they started out with that other pistol a few years ago, and then
Yeah.
went into the 1911 game.
And they did say these are dedicated pistol machines.
Yep.
That they're producing. They're not taken away off their shotgun
Yeah.
line. They bought dedicated machines to build pistols, which, I can see why their accuracy was on those because
Yeah,
Savage has always been known for pretty good accuracy out of their guns. So and that was,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the truth. So. But, yeah.
Chris, how about you? Best thing, worst thing.
I started out with the Zenith like Ray, but honestly, when we got down to EAA, that
2311.
2311 and 10 millimeter
Oh my gosh.
for under $1,000, that thing was sweet.
6-inch.
Yeah.
Serrated.
I will definitely be looking at that to add, and probably that 9mm competition version that we shot after that. That
Mhm.
was really nice.
Yep. Yeah. All the guns we shot at
Yeah.
EAA are very impressed. I'm impressed with it right now.
Yeah, Gerson's making some really good stuff. Actually, Gerson's version of the high power is actually nicer than the Springfield's SA-35.
Oh, yeah.
From
Yep, I saw
people I've talked to that have shot both.
Yeah, I shot their detect. Well, they're more of a commander model with a more of a commander grip, smaller model, and it shot great
Mhm.
in their P35. So
My least
Nice.
favorite thing I'd have to do the same as Ray was that the Springfield armory,
Mhm.
5.0 or 5.0
or the Rock Island, you mean?
or the Rock Island.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's just wasn't bad, but I think
I don't think it's
with
ready
a
yet.
hotter
Yeah. Yeah.
load, it would have. I mean, it was smooth, but I had a failure to fire. You had a failure to
Mhm.
extract. Chris had a failure to extract. You had an issue.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people had issues with it. It almost like everybody was that second round.
Second or third round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second or third round that they were shooting it is where it messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds definitely like an ammo issue. Nick, how about you? Best thing, worst thing, and you can't say the HP5 or MP5 clone.
Probably, I did get to shoot the new Marlin 4570 from Ruger.
Okay,
Surprised.
Suppressed. Very nice. Ruger has knocked that out of the park. I was gonna shoot the new 330. I will say
30 back.
The 336.
I have not shot. I didn't get to shoot it because they were doing an interview with it.
Yeah.
The new 336 is coming back.
Yeah.
Just keep you guys out. I saw it. My opinion looks amazing.
Oh, that's right. I did get to shoot their Ruger American 7 PRC.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And that was actually a really nice rifle.
What I noticed about the Ruger Marlin, I'm going to call it, they didn't cheapen on the quality. It was a very well finished quality gun.
And I was wondering that when I saw it because we've had them at the store before for I think 1,300 is what we had. I've been wondering. I've played with them a little bit, but it's like okay, playing with it is not shooting it.
Right.
So when I got to shoot it, they gave me I think it was True Lever Revolution 4570.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like Silencer Central last year, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had a Bowers Group can on it.
Nice.
On that, I was drilling 100 yards. Just
Nice.
drilling their 100-yard half-size D28.
Yeah.
So,
You did shoot the 8.6.
oh yeah,
We did
we
shoot
went
that.
by
Faxon.
Faxon. That's actually that would probably be up there with it, close. Went by the Faxon Firearms. Both shot a 12-inch barrel.
You shot the bolt. I shot their.
I shot both.
Oh, you did?
I actually both. They're both their bolt gun. I think it was just a 700 suppressed and a AR pistol suppressed 8.6 blackout. Very smooth, and I was really surprised how low recoil.
And it
For-
was damn near knocking those
And it-
targets over.
And what was 30 yards, 25, 30 yards, and that target stand would you were close to falling over.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I know they were having a little bit of issue with the ammo. I think the seating depth was just
Yeah.
long. There was the new Fort Scott ammunition they were running.
Yeah.
But other than that, shot great. We did get to see here's some information that we're definitely going to be checking out from Faxon this week. And we're kind
Which I think we can actually talk about that. We just haven't had a chance to.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Faxon
Faxon is actually getting on like Arrow. We haven't hit the booth yet, but they have a bolt action.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think he's even said another thing, sub 1,000.
Yeah, he's saying sub 1,000. So we got questions, where they make their own barrels. We're wondering if they're going to start making the barrels so you can do barreled action from them or all that good stuff.
Wouldn't shock me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and probably least favorite. And I know I can't go on the same.
Yep.
Just walking down the line.
What else? What different did you shoot?
Like what I was talking with
All
Chris.
the messages on screen for you. Dan Champ Jr.
I think I'm not as impressed with the arrow suppressor as I first was.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's nice, don't get me wrong. But seeing it, shooting it, and then he did tell me by the time you got the quick attach, you're up near 1,000.
Yeah.
And compared to what you had told me one time, Chris, price wise, I'm like, okay, that quick attach costs that much extra. That much extra.
Well, and then, when we heard that stuff, and then you look back to that first booth,
Oh my gosh.
Mantics,
Mantics. Ooh.
their suppressor and their PRS version, that titanium stainless compared to all steel.
Yeah.
That is a better option, in my opinion.
Or Silencer Central.
Yeah.
Silencers.
Yeah. We got to shoot with the Banish stuff from Silencer Central, and we shot their short little 5.5-inch can, and that thing is really nice and quiet.
Ken wants to know if anybody shot the Oracle Arms 2311.
I was gonna swing by that. I had saw the sign, but the line,
Yeah.
that was the ones that had a super long line.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna go. And it was all your big name YouTubers.
Yeah.
So, and that's the funny thing for people that don't know with range day, if you're a big timer,
VIP.
you're a VIP, you get to cut in front of the line.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what held us up at like the Ruger. We had Slav guns.
Slav guns. We were literally right behind him most
Yeah,
of that. Most of that.
Gavin was out there, a few others, and as they came up, you actually came to a standstill because, well, even though we know we're a big deal, they don't consider us a big deal. But yeah, and I understand it because they're
Yeah.
they're major influencers. They get a lot of views, which can bring up people to
Yep.
drum up more money to buy their product and so on.
Anybody go to? Was CZ there?
I didn't see CZ.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were down at one end.
Oh, that's right. They were, yeah. Did not swing by that because I didn't think anything new.
that scope when I shot the Best of the West rifle.
Oh, yeah. You like that.
Actually found a scope company, and I'll share the screen. Where are we? That was actually intriguing because the way they've got their. Let's see, get this. I just gotta find the one page. There we go. I don't know if it's working or not.
Can Chris share his screen?
There
There we go.
Yeah.
So this company right here, the main company was Best of the West. They're out of Cody, Wyoming. I've heard the name, but I would essentially say they're rivaling Gunworks.
Okay.
They're doing the actual complete package. The 7 PRC I shot with optic was, I think, 11 grand. Obviously,
so it's about the same price range then.
but what I liked about their scope, if you see this right here, their turret, the way they build their turrets is you range it like you normally would. You get your wind from a Kestrel or whatever. And so based off of your dope, when you dial that center turret, it will actually tell you your holdover based off of your other data. So with that high winds out there, I was shooting at 960 yards, and it was 5.5 holdover to the right, and it was hitting center mass.
Nice.
What were we thinking? 40-mile-an-hour gusts?
Yeah.
The flag, the U.S. flag hanging there at the range was perfectly flat. Just straight as can be the wind.
And it was this scope right here that I shot that was on it. And Paul, just so you know, it's German glass.
I've heard of Huskema before, so
Yeah.
I mean they've been around for 20 years or so.
Yeah.
But they've been improving slowly but surely, and the prices are showing too.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice. I mean, I didn't realize it was German glass or anything. I was like, this is pretty clear, good light, all that. And then when we got back to the room, I just looked it up. I was like, wow, I think it's with the quality I saw, it's better price than most of the better higher end stuff out there. And I'd say just as good or better quality.
Yeah.
Well, it beats Night Forces price wise.
Mm-hmm.
And Night Force is using Jap glass, and they're using shot glass here, so it should be. The only thing they don't do is they're all second focal plane, so you have an issue there with trying to range with.
Yep.
Well, no, this one was actually first focal plane, and it actually has an internal bubble level at the bottom that you can see in the as you look through.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, price wise, I mean that's retail at $22.99. So I'd say retail you'd probably knock 150 or so off.
Yeah, that's right too.
So.
Yeah.
Did you hit any reloading people today?
Yes.
Yes.
Got
Yes, a
a
lot.
bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys want to start with
Yeah,
the
we can
house?
Yeah, we can do that.
Back to share.
Yeah, if you can share Chris's screen again.
Takes a second.
It should be coming out.
There we go.
The Hosgrok, and I think we've talked to them before. That was the company, Mike, that was down the basement that optically did the sorting of the brass.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped by there to say hi again and got talking to the guy. Their price has come down.
tremendously. Because I
'Cause
believe it was closer to 10 grand.
It was like 10 grand this year, and this
Last
year
year.
was last year.
Then this year, I think 30.
Yeah, about $3,500. Yeah, or 8,500. But
That's not the same machine.
it's different machine.
Was it the
I think it's
Sortinator?
Sortinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I got to talking to him. I said, a lot of our people, not necessarily sorting brass by head stamp is a big thing. It is for some people, but probably more of a Boxer or Berdan type system. Can you optically sort it that way? And he said, believe it or not, in development, they have a machine very similar to this. This is probably different. The sorter on top is slightly different, and it can sort difference between Boxer and Berdan.
Nice,
And
nice.
he says he's looking at about $3,500.
$500 for that. Yeah.
It's in development, probably be out later sometime this year.
Because the cool thing about it, it's basically like a little camera, a light system that reads. And he showed us the software program. It's basically like a dot metric system. Like, for instance, he had Wolf Brass in there, for instance, PMC and other ones. And you could see in the dot matrix chart, you had the Wolf was like in red, the PMC was in yellow, the other one's in green. And it would have that arm would just turn so you could sort it. And this one, I think, turned, 180 degrees. And he also has one that turns 320 degrees. So you could almost have 5-6 bins set up, especially if you get, if you have a full machine gun range
that was for sorting by head stamp.
By head stamp. But I thinking engineeringly wise,
he said it's basically the same machine,
just you're flipping,
just the way it looks at the case.
You're flipping your system around that it drops the case in. You're probably just changing some things in the system to look inside the case and read instead of only one flash hole, 2 flash holes, stuff
and
like that.
He also said he could do it by weight
down
the
to
case
the
too.
thousandth of a grain or something like that. So it's very interesting. He's doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they're working on it. So
yeah, all 3D printed, but good quality 3D printing.
Yeah, it was nice.
So.
And prices are coming down. Like I said, I knew it was a little pricey last year, and things are whittling down. So, okay, that's that one.
We saw that Mom and Pop Dead Nuts.
Yeah, we'll do that one next.
Yeah. You want me to cover that again? Okay. Yeah, Chris gets up. We looked at walking down the basement again, a company called Dead Nuts. They're out of Ennis, Texas, I believe.
Yep.
And what they are, they didn't want to say they're a mom and pop, a little bit bigger than mom and pop, but they're making jacketed bullets, lead bullets. All they had on display there were all hollow points, but they do make a ball, I would say. And there are the list of the calibers and the weights. Didn't really give us any particular quantity.
I did just see on the front page there, commercial sale only.
Was that?
On the front page, homepage, it did say commercial sales only.
But there again.
But no, it's absolutely.
We have listeners that are reloaders. As far as price, I didn't think was bad. They said depending on the caliber and the weight, anywhere from 9 to 15 cents, which
depending on order.
Yeah, depending on the order size. So I didn't think that was too awful bad. There again, we don't know you'd have to load them and see how accurate they actually are, but for plinking, they're probably just fine.
Then we went and saw what was it? Liberty? Was it Liberty?
Yeah,
The return.
Bring that up.
Yeah, I think somebody else got their card.
Chris does, yeah.
I don't have it with me, but I got their webpage up.
Okay, go ahead.
So we actually talked to these guys. They were up in the supplier showcase. Libertarian Components actually, they started as an automotive company. You kind of see in the background with the fittings and all that stuff. And then we actually talked to the two owners.
Yeah, and they're my age, maybe a little older.
Mid late 20s.
Yeah.
And they realized that the equipment that they have that's turning these products actually can make ammunition. So they started doing a bunch of projectiles. And, they had a bunch of samples on there. A lot of it is they want large quantity orders, but the way he explained it to us is like, say, Paul Loud Reloading orders 50,000, and all of a sudden Reloading Podcast comes in, and we didn't want 50,000 projectiles, but we wanted 1,000. We will get the same discounted pricing based off that large order because they'll just tack on. And it's not Swift lathe. I forget what it was.
I can't remember what
There was
it
some other lathe that it drives the price down. And he was saying it was going to be somewhere around, I want to say it was like,
Anywhere
if
from
you do a
pennies,
large
yeah.
order, if you like we did we talked about group buy for the Reloading Podcast on something like maybe a 6.5 or a 308 round.
Mhm.
He goes, you could probably get it down to,
pennies.
solid copper being like 45, 35 cents a round. So, and they were willing to come on and talk about their product
Absolutely,
as
yeah.
well.
Especially being, I had never heard him before, and
Yeah.
I've seen stuff, all sorts of stuff like
Yeah,
before in the
because
past. And
Same with Dead Nuts. They were willing to.
Yeah.
They were open to coming on and promote their product.
And Jorgen, to answer your question, as of right now, they're pistol caliber only
Oh, for Dead Nuts.
for dead nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah,
dead
yeah.
nuts
These guys have both pistol
post it. And,
and
and rifle.
rifle. Do the roller size next.
You can. This is something we looked at, and I don't know if it's necessarily because I remember kind of seeing it last year. It's a roller sizer for resizing your cases.
Australian company, right?
It's an Australian company, and we got talking about how many people in Australia reload, and I guess it's probably
We've had
more
him on the
reload.
podcast.
Pardon?
We've had him on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. They're always showing their mechanically driven ones, but they had a hand crank one there. I thought was quite reasonable. It was only $590 for a hand crank one.
And I got to play with that one.
Yeah, we played with it.
Yeah,
And
and had
it-
what a Ryobi drill that you could hook
Yeah,
up.
hook up Ryobi drill. It does, like if they're unsupported chambers where you get the bulge in it, it does remove the bulge, takes the case all the way back down to Sammy specs. Your drum, for lack of a better word, you put in there is about $95 for that little drum, and the drop tube for your caliber specifics only about $25. So, and there again, you could kick out a bunch of brass and totally resize it.
I was even trying to think of a way you could automate that thing, get your little.
Well, let's just say the drill, or you upgrade, buy one with a motor.
Yeah.
But like Mike said, he's had him on the show before.
Yeah.
Just kind of neat. And
He was wanting to do a thing tonight.
yeah, he wanted to come on tonight. I said, oh,
Yeah, he wanted us to come over to Odell's. He's like, I'm free tonight. You
I'm
want-
free tonight. Want to come over to Treasure Island and do a video? I'm like, we're busy.
Nick and I did see the lovely Zenk revolver.
Oh yes, this is our 30-second spiel. I know everybody that's been looking.
We found the new Keltec.
the new Keltec. It will be the new Keltec.
So this is a much better picture than you'll see
Oh my
at the booth.
gosh, that's
The only thing out of the booth, picture that, but literally just a white chunk of plastic.
it's Casper and a gun.
Yeah, it didn't have the 3D grip because this is obviously a 3D image. Had nothing. It was just a white chunk of plastic.
Yeah.
We didn't even bother stopping.
Yeah, we
saw
were
it.
we
like, no.
walked by, we saw the name of the company, then we're like, and we looked down, we see it on the table, and we're like, oh wait, yep, no, keep on walking. So
Yeah,
yeah, I was very disappointed. I figured we might have something.
we were kind of intrigued because everybody's like, well, how's this going to work? But when I was hoping for some type of mock-up, and nothing.
I could see like you have the black 3D printed one there.
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring that? That's better than the clear white one. So, but
Well,
you want to do the core next?
you want to do fold AR real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
well,
can.
that's
Yeah.
do that one.
Because I think the core will be
The biggest.
the
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
So back to range day, when we were down at the very far end, we came across this company. I'll share. I know a lot of people talk about truck guns, the gray man stuff. This was an actual compact folding AR. And I'll bring it back so you can kind of see. Extremely, I mean, that thing probably went maybe 9 inches and in length when it was completely folded, and then maybe 6 inches deep. They give you a little
my God.
molly pack. And the thing is this guy, he was giving everything we wanted. And I was pleasantly surprised how fast that thing would deploy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were talking, he just snapped it out, slammed that locking lever that you saw on the front down, and it was ready to go.
I think he said his fastest record is 2 rounds out of his pistol, holster, transition out of a bag, flip it open on a machine gun lower, 22 rounds on target in 11 seconds.
From fully collapsed.
From fully collapsed.
I'm in love.
Which is pretty incredible.
Now, hey, Jim, it does have a price tag.
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
You're looking at about $2,500.
I was going to say $3,000.
But
yeah.
you can do a customized kit. So you could do, like, I think he said he had a 9-inch 300 blackout, a 6-inch or 6-7-inch 223, and then a 16-inch 223. Because that front area is just one pin.
It's basically another lower retaining pin that they've just built
You
vertically.
can pop that in and out.
That you just pop in, and the way I would say the barrel extension, to lack of better terms, is more conical. That and you can kind of see it there in the video. It just easier folding that right into the upper receiver. It was incredible, and he showed us from.
And this is definitely designed to be suppressed because you obviously have adjustable gas block, but on that bolt,
I don't know if it shows it in the video.
The carrier,
yeah, you can't really see it here, but basically right at the back there's a screw, flathead screw. He's got U engraved on one, S on the other, couple dots, and you can actually with any screwdriver adjust that if you're going from unsuppressed to suppressed. And based off your bullet weight, those 2 dots, you can actually adjust it even more.
And tune it almost perfectly.
And almost tune it perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to pull the bolt out or anything. You can do it just through the ejection port.
Yeah. And that shot like any other AR. You didn't know it was anything special.
Yeah.
Didn't feel weird. There was no play in it.
That's what I noticed. Usually with some AR-15s, there's a little bit of play.
Yeah.
That had no play. It was extremely tight. And that you could tell because our hands were covered in carbon that thing had been shot.
Yeah. We're not going to get into the story where he took it because we don't get nobody in trouble. But I'll tell you what, it was so small because it's so small a package. Going through a magnetometer at a particular place where weapons like this aren't allowed, it set it off, but it was so small and such a package, they just thought it was something for the baby.
Yeah, he told the security guard, it must be a can of formula. And so that means the security guard didn't do his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Partially,
We'll come back, use core as last, and we'll do the
core.
oil.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something. This was down in the basement.
Basement.
Yeah.
And it's something I thought was neat with everybody. Didn't go back to sharing your screen.
There we go.
Okay, something we saw very. I don't know what word to use, generic, but it's nice. It's something you hang in your closet. Simple.
Mhm.
It holds either a rifle, shotgun, AR, and it's got a.
I'll bring the gallery up.
Yeah. And it's got a place to put a pistol. And what you can do, you just hang it in your closet. It's all heavy duty aluminum construction. You put a suit or an overcoat over it, and you've got a weapon hidden in your closet that, any crook would have come in. They may push clothes around looking for something or underneath the clothes. And it's very well hidden. All U.S. I believe he said it was U.S. Yeah, made in USA.
The only thing he couldn't verify was the bolts.
The bolts, yeah.
but
For $160, I thought that was pretty ingenious.
also the cool part about it, you can adjust
The height.
the height of your the C channels up and down. So say you have a
He had
shockwave or something
Yeah,
in
he had
there.
a shockwave in one.
You can lower that down, trim it up, so it's really compact in the closet. Inside, like they show there, a suit jacket, you can have that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
nobody would
and
know.
that hanger on there was heavy duty enough. If you wanted to, you could hang a plate carrier on it
plate carry, absolutely,
and put an overcoat over it, and nobody know you have it there.
absolutely.
Okay, what else we
We'll
got?
do the oil.
Oh, we can. I don't know much about them. Just
This was just a
Just a quick stop.
Yeah,
So,
quick stop. We all know how some of the cleaning products we use is got strong odor. There's not a thing these guys had that
no,
had any odor.
citrusly smelling.
And you actually played.
I've been using them for a few years.
Yeah.
I push this one a lot because it doesn't eat women's fingernail polish products. I even showed the guys online by rubbing some of the oil on my hands. And of course, the guys that worked there with Cleanse Oil had no freaking clue what I was doing until the other female worker was like, exactly. And I was like, I gave y'all a new sales pitch. You're welcome.
Well, by now I think us three for sure. Like, if you want to go back up, Chris, the
Yeah.
dark one.
The needle.
Yeah.
The small bottle is a needle bottle, and
Yeah.
as most of you know, if you're shooting an AR, like for instance a Glocks you can over loop super easy.
Mhm.
So with the needle, you can get right on those guide rails, stuff like
Ooh,
that.
eyedropper sized.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I'd say it's actually smaller than
smaller
I.
than an eyedropper.
yeah, it's a micro dot.
You're like syringe needle size, Mike.
And the smell of it is kind of
Citrus.
citrusy
Yeah.
clean. It's not. It doesn't per se smell like strong lemon, but it has a hint of a lemon citrusy scent. To
This
it.
is like you were saying, Ray, a CLP.
I think they
type
said
product.
this is close to the original CLP recipe,
Yeah,
if I
clean,
remember.
protects, lubricates,
Yep.
prevents dry.
What did they say about temperature sensitivity?
I did. Don't.
Oh, I
Um,
actually have a bottle. Hold on. Let's see if it's on here.
Because everybody loved frog lube till they started using it in the cold weather.
Yeah,
And now, do we even hear frog loop anymore? I don't even
I still see it advertised here and there.
It's not on this bottle.
Everything.
I have a catalog.
And this is actually a veteran-owned company.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
They had a letter from the owner, and he's
Like
real
Marine Corps veteran, if I remember right.
Army captain.
Army captain. Yeah, I think this guy.
Yeah, and he's definitely old
Oh, yeah.
now, but
No, he's a Marine veteran.
This guy.
Oh,
No, this
he's a
guy.
Marine?
Or this John is.
yeah, the owner
The
of
owner's
the company
Army, yeah.
is
But yeah, hire
Army
veterans.
captain. I
And
remember
good.
him telling me that.
I'm looking. I got their catalog.
I wouldn't see why not, because it looked when Shrin dumped it, it looked like every other CLP
Yeah,
you would see out there, but just
it doesn't say on the back.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It does say perform in all conditions on the front.
They've been using on marine products
Yeah.
too.
so wow.
It's safe on all finishes, including Cerakote, gun coat, all that. It
Yeah.
will not eat your finish off on anything.
But yeah, we thought that was kind of a cool little
Yeah.
stop and worth the check out.
Now comes the fun one.
Yeah.
we all like.
Yeah, and we spent we easy an hour.
Hour.
Yeah, we easily spent an hour with these guys.
Yeah, even those.
I think we're
guys.
all gonna buy one
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
So this is a company called Core, and so kind of a precursor. We were standing. What was that? Monday.
Yeah.
Monday morning, waiting to go for some people to go to range day, and we see this guy walking by with a cardboard box that's had this name on the side. So we didn't recognize it. We were like, okay, maybe we'll find out later on. We were speculating what was in the box. We kind of find out later it was a gun case, and it's not just any gun case or Pelican hard case.
It's an insert.
It's an insert that they designed. So it's this. So instead of everybody's used to having to cut foam for each particular rifle or setup they want in their hard case, this is a company that's made it. Basically, it's a stiff blow up. What do they call it?
Right here, look at the video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, a bag full of like beanbag
Yeah.
beans or
Yeah,
something.
little beads.
Within about 30 seconds, it's all blown up, and you have a spot where your gun goes right back into. So, and you can and it's a one-way valve that you can blow it up, and then whenever you're ready to put it back away, you
Suck the air.
suck
back.
the air out, and so you can see it here, and just switch it out on the pump that's included, and pump away with about 30 seconds, and you're rigid, not going anywhere. So,
So the material, it just dawned on me what that material reminded me of. The bag reminds me of Silpack.
yeah,
That's what the texture of that reminded me of.
And when you buy the insert, you get the full kit. So if he said it would take at least 3 or 4 really good stabs to try to cut this thing.
mhm. Oh, it was thick.
Yeah. But they do give you the reseal kit,
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Did we get a price on that? I don't remember.
Yeah, about
300.
300.
$300.
350. Yeah.
So,
But when you look at if you're buying pre-cut foam,
pre-cut foam,
or
you're 100, 125,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
And that's for the bag insert, the
Mhm.
pump, and a patch kit.
Yeah.
Patch kit, yep.
Yeah.
They also make a completely carbon fiber gun case.
is it this one?
Yeah. And it's ridiculously lightweight.
Yes,
It ain't cheap.
it ain't no,
No.
it ain't cheap, but it's what they say they ran it over with.
ATV.
UTV.
UTV, I know Ford Raptor too.
Yeah, Ford Raptor. There are no moving parts on this. These hinges are actually made of carbon fiber as well. You can see kind of here the 4 locks, but then they actually incorporated aluminum locks. So if you want to do additional locks to truly keep like TSA out.
Mhm.
Well, though his locks are designed to not
Yeah.
be TSA key compatible.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which I like.
So you can actually lock that yourself, and then you can put your TSA locks, if you will, in those right by these handles.
And there's 4 locks built into
Yeah.
it.
So you- so
I do not use TSA locks
No.
on
Oh,
my
no.
gun
I
cases.
wouldn't recommend that.
If
Use
they
your
want to
own lock,
open it,
they
they
call
can come
you.
find me.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They don't want you to use TSA locks on gun cases.
Right.
You know, they don't.
But-
They want them to call you to open it up,
Exactly.
what's there, and that's it. So,
It also has a pressure valve built
Yeah,
into
you
it.
see right there in the middle.
Yeah.
That's the pressure
Yeah.
valve.
but $1,700 for a case. Well,
It's carbon fiber.
It's- yeah.
yeah, I understand. I mean, when Sharenda gets her 2 Parazzis, she can put them in there. But yeah, or Craigoff, then I can see it. But Pelicans for a while, guys. Yeah,
Well, yeah, we were more interested in the actual insert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the insert.
yeah. But I can do what's that foam that they make? K foam or whatever it is, where it's a layer and it's peelable, and you cut it and peel it back, and it's
But
It
the
is-
thing is, Paul, if you get one, say, Pelican 800 case, and you're once you start thinking about buying all this foam and peeling, cutting,
yeah.
you don't have to do that with this. You pay
Well, I-
$300.
Yeah, I can see what he's doing there. We can, just pump it up and that's it. But I sit down and say, okay, I'm going to buy $80 worth of foam, and I can just, this one fits this gun, this one fits that gun, and I end up buying, 3 or 4 cases anyway, so it doesn't matter. My wife says I support Pelican.
Well, and that's why we stop by here, because not everybody can afford, 3, 4, 5 Pelican cases. If they get one Pelican 800, you buy the insert. You're not buying all the additional foam and all the additional cases, so it's more cost effective for a lot of people.
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you're like me, that'll go from maybe having 1 to 2 guns, sometimes 3. I don't necessarily want to have all those foam inserts stored in my house.
Did
Or
you
some Bose, too. I
Is
did
there a
ask for
picture of that
Bose.
one setup he showed you that had the spotting scope and everything in there?
No, I've got that on my phone.
Me too.
I can find it.
Because it was amazing what all he could put in there.
Chris, I think if you dial in on the link that Mike gave you, I think we can bring your phone up on screen too.
Which link?
The link you sent in the private chat.
Right, you are, Chief.
Thanks, Mike.
I got video. I don't know if I got photos. No, I didn't get. I got some video of them though. But in the one Pelican case, he had his rifle, Swarovski spotting scope. He had a pistol, full size pistol, knife. He had it set up for laser rangefinder in there as well. You can see the indentation. Basically, your full kit that you would go out to hunt with.
Mm-hmm.
He put in this one case, and when you took it out, obviously it didn't go back. Didn't have any indentations, and if you slid it in and it wasn't properly fit, the rifle or whatever was can't you just knock it in and it would slide right into place and stay, wouldn't shift anything. I'm trying to think what else we saw.
Frankfurt Arsenal.
Oh yeah, Frankfurt Arsenal. We did swing by their booth. The FX10 does exist. The bullet feeder does exist. The case feeder does exist. Case feeder will be out sometime this summer, you said.
Mm-hmm.
They did get the original 50 already out, and everybody know they had some issues, but he actually said it was only a couple minor issues.
Yeah, I think two minor issues.
And he said they can't prove it, but they think that when the prototype was sent to them to get ready for production, it was all the top-notch bearings, and when they got the actual first 50 production, they're without being able to see which factory it came from, they think they swapped out to a lesser bearings, and that's why they had some issues and had to send bearing upgrade kits to everybody. But once they did that, it kind of fixed what he was saying, most things.
Okay, so we're sitting there going next year.
No, he actually did joke with us about that because when we were talking was it the case feed?
Yes.
The
Bolt feeder.
Or was it the bullet feed?
I thought it was bolt
Bullet feeder.
Yeah.
And he's like, it will be out this summer. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, I know. Just like he goes, this is actually coming out this summer.
Pistol though.
And what was the phrase he used about it's on the water or
It's on the boat.
on the boat?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, it's a slow boat to China.
Trying to see what else. What do we get down there? Oh, did you want to talk about the powder drop thing? When you guys were talking to him about the new handle?
Franklin Arsenal.
Oh no, I was just something I was questioning when I saw on the website the new stuff. So
Oh, we did swing by Lyman Mark 7.
yes,
They are releasing the Titan
Yeah.
338, which everybody saw that years ago. But we found a new Mark 7 for Travis.
yes,
They basically took that Titan,
Oh, the Genesis.
the Genesis.
oh my god,
They got the new Genesis coming out. It is consumer friendly, fully automated, the whole 9 yards, just like the Titan.
Mhm.
But what was it, $6,000?
$6,000.
Completely automated. You just everything. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, and all the way from 380 all up to 308, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, and they could probably go up a little bit
Yeah,
more. They
he
were
was saying
testing it.
that based off the way, because it's basically they took the Titan 338 design and put it down into a more consumer friendly version. And the way they've got that, actually, you can actually really slow it down and crank it up. He goes, you could probably get up to probably 30-06
Mhm.
in that automated.
Yeah.
Um,
What was that new double feed one? Was that still
That
the
was the-
Stannis Titan?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the Titan. You could get double feed.
I did like how he showed with the new automated system where you, with just a click of a button, and everything it just is on one. You can go from pistol to rifle like that, just
Yeah.
instantly up and down. That was incredible.
Am I mistaken, or did we have new news from FW Arms or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll say it from what we figured out. We kind of figured out
Well,
So-
we haven't talked to the.
We haven't talked. We will be talking to Will from FW Arms, we believe, tomorrow afternoon. Interview set up, so stay tuned for that. We know he is working with Lyman, and we did get to see some new
Specifically
dies.
Mark 7.
Specifically Mark 7. They get to see, I believe, new dies is what they were. They were
3 new ones.
3 new dies in production or prototype phase, more than likely. He also at the Frankfurt Arsenal booth, they had some of his FW Arm dies in the presses, so that's another good thing for him.
Yeah, and the Frankfurt Arsenal guy said that they did partner with
Good.
FW.
That's good. So he's getting out there more, which
Awesome.
I love. I love their dies from what I've gotten. So other than that,
Oh, look, it's an FW Arms die. Anyway, somebody had a question earlier about range day. Was Henry there?
Henry.
They were supposed to be.
I think I saw their sign. I don't think we hit them.
So they were there before the rain.
yeah, range day was
Eventful.
yeah. It was cold. It was raining. The wind was
Oh gosh.
horrible. I mean, honestly, I thought it was back in Wyoming.
Monsoon. I mean.
So
And I think we got the perfect about 1:30, 2 o'clock ish. We sat down for lunch, and we got lunch perfectly in time to go in the media tent and eat. And it started to downpour, and then waited a little bit.
Sun came
Sun
out.
came
Sun came out. It
Warmed up a
warmed
little
up. Wind pretty calm,
Mhm.
calmed down pretty much, and we started to finish up along. And then some of the companies had left. So, but other than that, yeah, like I said, the wind was howling, and long range was almost impossible. I was shooting the new Rise armament triggers at 960. And I was just missing the target, but every time I tried to make that adjustment,
The wind.
the wind would play with it, and like the guy was saying, they think about 760 there was a swirl
Mhm.
happening.
I think a lot of it came down to the caliber that
Yeah, I was shooting a 308.
Yeah.
So a 308 at 1,000 yards with that kind of wind.
I think I can. I think I can. Yeah,
Yeah, Mike.
like a 5. It's like a 5.56 at 600. I think I can.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, because they were wondering about the 360 buckhammer.
Well,
Yeah,
it's weird. We went. Henry's in the basement, and I don't know if that's a kind of another booth they
and
have.
they didn't have a lot.
And they had
in the
3
Henry.
guns.
Yeah,
So I don't know if they're pushing just those 3. We didn't stop because
yeah.
we're like, wait, is this it? I would hope there's more upstairs, but
Was this like a remote satellite?
no idea.
No.
No idea.
They said we just touched the main floor today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe a half an hour, and
Yeah.
other than that,
I will say about the show. Remember last year, Mike? There were big, wide open gaps.
Yeah.
The manufacturer said, come see us, Colt, whatever.
Next year.
Yeah, we're not seeing any of that this year. I've seen.
Some of the smaller booths in the basement were
Yeah.
empty, but
but those were international. A lot of them were
Yeah,
international
international
companies,
companies.
which
Very few. I mean,
Yeah, the only Henry booth is down by Madison Creek and Spartan Armor and
Okay. Wow, that's
oh, we
awesome.
did go
Sick.
by Glock looking for that new trigger.
yes, I don't know if I might have played with it. So Glock did release the new performance trigger. Don't know if I felt it or not, but
Yeah.
exactly. Ooh,
Yeah.
I have other triggers I could get.
It's like
Um,
putting lipstick on a pig.
Exactly.
They'll release a new version next year, and they'll just change the color.
The staple
And they'll-
guns you're playing with
And
them.
they'll charge you more than you can for most of the other ones, and it doesn't work as well. So, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Did you want to mention?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
while we're here. So we did. I know we were just kind of scrolling through the aisles. We did find a company called PR Triggers,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know if that's. So there's a whole variety of companies that's all involved in them. And I was looking at their Glock slides. So I've been debating on doing like an optics cut on them, and they're doing a full slide with a optic cut, slide serrations,
Front and rear.
front and rear, ported with also extra relief cuts in the front for weight savings, $220. And it's a very good looking slide.
Polymer 80 compatible.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then they did have, they're just waiting on their ATF letter, a Glock binary trigger that they're working on. I'm not a huge fan of it, but for a range toy, if you want a cool range toy, just go out back and
Yeah.
shoot. Absolutely.
You got to drop the mag to Keep
Drop
it-
the mag in, rack the round out.
Yeah.
You did talk to about their binary trigger for the 10.2 of the range day.
Oh, who was that?
Um,
Who was that? Was it Binary?
Yes, who was that?
Was it Franklin Armory?
yeah, it was Franklin Army.
I think he
Yes.
shot the 10.2.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Franklin Army.
Yeah. Yeah, I went by Franklin Army, shot their 1022 with binary trigger.
That'd be a cool one.
It was very nice. Of course, you have your safe, semi, then your binary. And it was really nice.
Oh, that was something I did tell you.
And that
guys
was
about.
suppressed too, I think.
Yeah, most of the weapons out at the range were suppressed.
Yeah, you had a good day of that. So I also swung by the Radian weaponry booth, which was right next to. Is that right next to Franklin? Yeah, that was the same. They shared a booth, so they had their new comp that just extended onto a guide rod system. Nice thing about it, it laid flat with the sides of the slide, so it would fit in a holster no problem. They also have, I don't know what they call it, but it's basically a shield for the front of your RMR on your slide, because they've had issues with people shooting, ejecting that piece of brass, cracking their glass. So they've tested it. I think he said 25,000 rounds. I think it's 50 foot-pounds of pressure, and he says it's incredible, and you don't notice anything different about it. It shot great. So
And we did swing by Swamp Fox.
yep, Swamp
Check their
Fox.
stuff. They got another 4 scopes coming out by late summer.
I'm actually relatively impressed with them. First time seeing them.
Fox.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Chris, who was the manufacturer that made the 3D suppressor?
That was
Was that Maxim?
no Huxworth.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, we did shoot. We went down to Huxworks. Used to be OSS suppressor. They've got their new 3D printed stainless steel suppressor. It was actually pretty
It
decent.
was. Like, what do you say, 4 ounces?
Yeah, it came up to like 4 ounces. Yeah, it was like basically what, I think a 5-inch.
Yeah.
Suppressor.
Yeah. I think we noticed that last year. The suppressor market is really becoming competitive. A lot of manufacturers
Just
come out.
walking down the basement, how
Oh my
many?
gosh.
There was so many suppressor companies again
Yeah.
this year that, and I'm a suppressor guy, and there was brands I never heard of.
But they're just going to drive the price down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fine.
What's that? I'm excited to see the Sturm Gewehr 4 that Palmetto's coming out with. Never heard that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did shoot that. Well, on Palmetto, I did swing by there and I shot the. So for anybody that doesn't know, Palmetto bought the old H&R. I did talk to, so the gentleman that's running that program is the gentleman that ran Nodex Spud for the
Correct.
longest time. He actually redesigned the M16A1, and I put if anyone wants to check it out on my Milsurp Duo, I put a short of me shooting that. It shot great, felt great, and with iron sights, I was hitting 100-yard half-size D28 pretty much every round from standing with no sling. It was incredible. So price is a little high, I think. It's $1,500,
It's retro.
but it's a retro build. It looks just like it, weight, everything. But other than that,
I love it. Because standing 5 feet behind you, I could hear the spring.
exactly.
And that's
That's
the
correct.
old school ARs were that way.
And yeah, shooting it, you feel it and you hear it, and like you said, 5 feet behind you, you can hear it and feel it. Almost, you
Were
can
you
feel
able
it.
to run by anything today? To see?
No.
That's right. You were too busy
Networking.
networking.
Yeah, she was.
I was.
We've already decided Sharinda is going to be on her own the next couple days.
And we'd be all walking, all of a sudden we're like,
Wait,
where's Shredder? You see her in a booth, and she's got her talking and all this stuff, and it's like, okay.
You have to stop at the Eberly Stock booth and get her one of the great big backpacks that they sell. You know, they can give it to her. That way she can stuff all her stuff in there. No.
Free
Oh,
bags, free bags. She
that's
got
a-
her own.
I think we got
that's a
that
little
beat.
one.
Yeah,
I think she's got that beat.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
duffel
yeah.
bag. That's not a backpack.
Oh yeah, this guy with that pretty much Rob Isley.
I haven't swung by Palmetto yet. He told me M1 last year, but I doubt that's probably. Ooh,
Yeah.
you're easy 7 years down the road, more than likely on that. He's saying it's probably going to be summer at the earliest before full guns ship out. He can't keep them in stock, parts in stock on the site. But the single shots, I don't believe he owns that part of H&R anymore. I asked Ruger, who bought Marlin, who was also part of the old H&R family and all that. He said the name of the company that bought the single shot line, the New England, and I didn't even recognize the name of the company.
Yeah.
It was started with the E or something.
What do you call it? Jim's friend was from Reading was telling us who owned the single shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Who was that? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But
Robin Sharpless.
Robin, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd like to get a rifle barrel for your old one. I
Mhm.
mean, that'd be.
I did swing by and I was looking. This was for me. So the Bog Death Grip tripod. They came out with a new line that has more of a Arca rail attachment, and I thought, okay, that'd be nice to have. Upgrading to. I was hoping maybe a retrofit kit. I wasn't the only person to ask, so
Because he
he knew
get it out of
instantly.
his mouth.
Yeah. But there is no retrofit kit, so I'll probably be selling mine to get the new one. But I did find out they have new hunting bags.
Yeah.
And they make them all the way from your standard single day hunt. What we say, 30 liter, 50 liter.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they're super nice quality. They also have one so they have 2 models in that size, your standard flat back with padding. And they also have one that's got about, what would you say, quarter-inch offset to allow airflow in to keep your rack.
That's a little bit of a frame.
And the prices weren't bad. $160, $170.
Rifle
Right.
cradle had
Right,
rifle.
all of them had rifle cradles. Then they had all the way up to your full-size pack-out bags,
They had a fanny pack.
fanny pack, and that all of them had the rain covers.
We did walk by Springfield Armory. The pistol, everything other than their new lightweight hunting rifle
Oh gosh,
there was nobody around it, but that new Springfield rifle, you couldn't even get up to it to take a look at it. There were so many people waiting
it
to see it.
was.
But there was nobody by their pistol. The new
No.
Maybe
If
the
you want to go
Prodigy.
play with a Springfield Armory pistol, you could have had like
I think
handfuls of them playing with them.
I think the
There's nobody
Prodigy
around.
had a little bit of
Yeah.
route around, but other than that, yeah, they're XD line.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about those. They know what they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want one of them staple guns again. I want a real gun.
Yeah.
Oder, this is a recap of shooting, hunting, and outdoor trade show that Nick and Ray and Sharenda and Chris are at. So that's kind of why it's all over the place. By the way, Oder, I didn't know you guys had a Costco. That's kind of cool.
Just a reminder for everybody too. Mr. Sigurdsson is from Iceland. He's
Yes.
listening literally from Iceland.
And like that, it's just Oder. There's companies from all over the world.
Mhm.
We talked to somebody coming from Macedonia today, Turkey,
Australia.
I saw
Italian
Australia,
companies.
Italian, Czech Republic, Korea,
Yeah.
Philippines,
Poland.
Poland,
Yep.
all over the world.
And now, you know what? Kind of the same topic. Even yesterday, Range Day, and today, how much foreign
Oh,
press
absolutely.
is here?
Yeah.
I
Press
was-
from about every country you.
I was
think
wanting
of.
to talk to a group that's from Germany
Mhm.
because there's some products I've been looking at that they did a review on,
Yeah.
and it's a pair of Ear Pro, and one of the guys in the group was running them, but he just got busy and walked away
Mhm.
before I got a chance. But yeah, and they were speaking in German, so I had no way to understand them. But other than that, yeah,
Where's that one card that's got the 3 QR codes on it? It's here somewhere.
Is it a postcard or
No, it's a
card?
business card.
I will take a look. I might have it in the other room.
I had it out here earlier.
another thing we did, I don't know if we already said it or not. I don't think the Timber Creek. Did we talk about the Timber Creek?
No, go ahead.
No.
Oh yeah.
So I know yesterday at Range Day there were some boots that did not have shooting or anything. Swam by Timber Creek, and they did have their new chassis out. For the price is incredible, for especially dealer price.
Yeah. So I actually did put one on pre-order.
No, not you.
Yeah, I know. Not me. Well, it's probably going to end up going to that guy over there, most likely. But it's only right now. It's only Remington 700 short action. They're going to come out with a long action and one for Ruger American. That's the only inlets they're looking at.
1022.
They are coming out with one in 1022. So we did swing by their main area today, obviously. Dealer price, I don't even know. I guess it was advertised. So
Yeah, it was advertised.
dealer price is $350. Retail, they're saying should be around $525, $550.
Which is incredible. Runs off a standard
Yeah.
AR-15 buffer tooth castle nut.
And let's be honest, like we were talking, most of the chassis out there, they're all very similar. It was reminiscent of an MDT, but lighter.
Yeah.
Because they skeletonized, but still pretty rigid. So.
Going back to ammunition, I swung by a place there. They're called ATS Group. There was a little bit of a language barrier. They're from North Macedonia, but they are building a brand new facility to make pistol and rifle ammunition just to ship to the United States.
Wow.
And I tried to ask her, well, how's that going to work out? Because I know our current president and everything is trying to block a lot of that foreign ammunition coming in. And she understood that, but she said they're going to go ahead and build it and push and to work to shipping all that ammunition here. So,
Other than that, the product looked great.
yeah, the product looked great. And but there's a little bit of a language there. She gave me a card with the 3 QR codes that I can search and get more information. But she said it's the factory will be just to ship ammunition over here.
Nice.
So I guess these foreign countries do see a market here that we want more and we'll take all we can get.
Especially if it's cheaper.
I mean, so far what we saw there, it seems like there's a lot more companies starting to produce bullets and stuff that
Yes.
Yeah.
give us options.
I know, and I know with you, Michael, being here last year, you probably noticed there were, what would you say, probably good 30 companies in the basement that were worth looking at big time. What would you say? Maybe 50, 60?
Yeah.
We spent, as we said, I think 90% of the day in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, last year the basement was mostly cheap knockoff optics and
You
Nice.
still had that because there was companies who were like, yeah, no, we're good.
I know I'm interested. Look, I think you might be too. There's anybody, if you're familiar with it, it's a company called SDS Imports. Brings stuff in from Turkey.
Yeah.
Brings in the T-Sauce line, all that.
Yep.
They have a Benelli M4 that they are bringing in. Clone. It's a clone, of course. But the first thing I
is that
asked,
going to be another Tokarev name?
no, it's under the SDS name.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been looking, we couldn't find it because we were trying to.
Because
'Cause when
Tokarev
we-
is that's the company that had those 870 knockoffs with the
Yeah.
bayonets.
Yeah, they're on their own. They're in their own booth this year.
Yeah, and I don't think that's probably why we didn't find it because when I talked to Lou from them, he was like, "Yeah, we're going to be set up with Davidson's for this and all
It
that."
might be given some time, maybe.
Yeah,
So,
and I think where it's probably a new import, it just hasn't
yeah.
hit the pages on those big.
But I look at it. First thing I asked was, does it take Benelli M4 parts? Because there's a couple parts I would want to interchange. Currently, it only takes 5+1, and it's got a weird collar system on the magazine tube. And then I would replace the forward handguard with an M-LOK rail to put like a flashlight on it. And he said, yeah, everything pretty much besides the buttstock is a little iffy. Takes M4 parts. And then I was like, okay, what are we looking at price-wise? He said, I think right around $550.
Yeah,
exactly.
Ghost ring sight.
Ghost ring rear sight, Picatinny rail on top for optic. And then I was watching some videos here before the show. Cool part about it comes with 3 choke tubes. One choke tube is actually an extended with threads, so you can put a brake on it if you absolutely wanted to.
Was it a
Nice.
breaching device?
It's set up. You put a
Threaded breaching device?
thread with a cone breaching device,
Wow.
which I'm like, all that for $550, and if it takes Benelli parts, that's pretty incredible. It's called the ASKA S4. So I was pleasantly surprised with it. Super smooth bolt from running it, and so
And I know we haven't hit this booth yet.
yes.
However, it is a fact that Forrester did come out with a new press. Let's see if I can.
You got any literature on it?
No, we haven't
We haven't
hit it yet.
It's
Just
on the
like-
main floor. So
Just hit the main floor for
Yeah.
a half an hour today.
And I'm expecting more from Forrester because I remember, if you remember, Mike, Forrester had that little corner booth last year.
Yep.
It was tiny. Forrester has a huge
Yeah.
booth this year.
So
So,
what we were able to find out on this is the Forrester CoreX XL. It's not like the standard Forrester that like myself, Jim, and a few others have. It's much larger to scale up to calibers up to the 50 BMG.
Holy smoke.
Still floating quick change die station like we're accustomed to. Floating universal shell holder design. They had the Shy. Apparently, they have the ShyTac and 50 BMG 2-size jaw up there prototype. Capacity is 50 BMG all the way down, smaller. Integrated. They actually integrated LED lighting. Adapts to the 7/8 dies, special lock rings. And you get, I guess they're looking at the Forrester 1.1 inch Forrester dies for it. Obviously, you need that bigger die set for those bigger rounds.
Well, what about the smaller rounds with the 419 dies that are coming out that are going to be inch and a quarter, but still be for the smaller rounds?
We like I said, Paul, we haven't had a chance to actually hit this. This is stuff I've got from Gavin.
Yeah.
And so the way it reads, if you'll have an adapter for those 7/8 inch dies, but it's going to be more designed for those Forrester dies that are coming out that will be an inch and a quarter. I'm assuming they probably have those because I saw on their page that they had new dies coming out.
Mhm.
So they're probably gonna have these prototype dies for this. That's gonna be one of the first booths we probably hit tomorrow.
Oh,
so we can
absolutely.
kind of, because I know everybody was wondering. You saw the teaser photos that were leaked, but it is out there.
So I got some information and updates from our friend Brian Nixon, since I wasn't going to be able to make it to SHOT Show. He's got a new product coming out 90 to 120 days that a lot of people are going to be interested in. I don't know if I can. I forgot to ask him if I can actually show the picture, but I'm going to anyway. So that right there, that's a primer cup press. That's right, kids, making your own primer cups.
Wow.
So, but one of the things he did want to share with everybody is on the 21lrreloader.com, or he's got two other websites, and I'll just put them in the chat quick, and I'll put them in the show notes. But if you use the code RLP10, you get 10% off. So he's got that going on right now. So,
we did do some research and we found something for Travis.
oh, good grief.
We found him the tumbler that he needs.
Powder coat.
Yeah, to powder coat his bullets. See if I can. Here, hold that one up to you.
Oh,
No,
no,
you got yours.
Okay. It's washing out.
You want to go mine?
Go
Mine's-
back, hand it back to Nick.
Yeah.
Your screen's too bright.
There we go. There's his tumbler that he needs to powder coat.
And
his
they
bullets.
were powder coating bullets. in
Yeah,
them.
they were.
So, but yeah, it's incredible. But other than that, I think also we were at Timber Creek. I know we posted a thing on the Facebook page, the Handy Primer.
Oh yeah.
I think we're gonna look into that and maybe do a review.
See if I.
I think it was a Harvey.
I'll bring it up on Facebook page. Yeah, he called it the Harvey. It's only been out 2 years.
Yeah, it's a buddy of theirs. I think they said.
Yeah. We'll share. So we actually saw this out at Range Day on their table. Maybe if he wants to share. There we go. So we actually saw that out at Range Day, and that was the first thing we keyed in. It was like, okay, yeah, chassis, yep, got it. What is this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our thoughts was like, what did they say? It was like 35.
Yeah, we got kind of conflicting
because
prices.
the guy at the booth today said it was a lot higher
He's
than
like
what the
70.
70
bucks.
yeah.
I'm like, for $70, I can buy a lot of other deprimer stuff.
We were intrigued because with the people at the booth yesterday said it was like 25, 30 bucks.
Yeah. Which the guy did say at the booth today.
The guy at the range.
The guy at the range would be closer on the price because he doesn't really deal with that. So
Yeah.
if it's around the 25, 30
Yeah.
bucks,
It might be.
Yeah, because he did. I asked about that, and he said it should be on their site.
And the just so everybody knows, the center fire primer cap maker is on the 22LR website, $129.99.
That sounds like a good deal, making your own primers.
Is that the insert that goes in a press, or what was that? I couldn't tell.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, folks, my friends, I have to call it a night. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Yeah,
Jim.
yeah.
see you, Jim.
Take it.
Arbor Press, it uses.
It is $70.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to pay
So,
$70.
It uses an Arbor Press.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah, I think they confirmed the price on that.
Yeah, it is $70.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's a little
For
So
what?
that changes things.
for that.
Yeah, at 30, 35 bucks, or even 35, like we were talking, that would be a viable option for somebody that's doing load development at the range. They want to do a quick deep prime.
Yeah.
But yeah, 70.
There's a lot. That's $70. That's you can put towards a pretty nice. Well, if you got a nice single stage press, you're halfway to an FW arms die.
Yeah.
If not, almost all the way.
Yep.
So,
And there again, just walking through the new products area today, seems like everybody and their brother is making an optic now. I mean, red dot,
optic, ARs, are still all sorts of them. And
it's mostly out of all the same Chinese factories. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, that's what we noticed. Like you were talking about the no-name or optic companies. Everyone down in the basement seems similar. So it's like, okay, you're probably just specking out at an OEM factory in China and somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Little tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
And if you knew the chassis, they're all looking the same now.
Yeah.
So
other than that, I'm trying to think. Just walking.
I think most of the reloading stuff will probably be in that main floor.
Main floor in the other building, if anything.
in the other building. I mean, there was some down like the bullet companies.
Yeah. But we haven't hit any of the powder manufacturers. That's
We
tomorrow.
did walk by Hodgson.
We walked by. We haven't had a chance to swing in. That's
Yeah.
tomorrow, probably before the interview.
yeah, say hi to Chris. He should probably be there.
I do want to hit Winchester because I got questions about their new HD and
And I have questions about the new
max
Matthews.
powder.
Yep, that and then the new Winchester ammo produced. It just came out. The new M1 Grand.
Grand
There you
ammo.
Yep. So I'm interested on that. Ask them some
The
questions.
polymer case.
And that's something you and I were at on the way down, fly out here. We were on by Cabela's down there in St. Louis area. And they had some True Velocity 308.
Yep.
And I was like, I wonder, by chance, is that reloadable?
Nope.
And I didn't think so, being that's all polymer. But my brain just starts thinking. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Toothpaste. What was it? $70
$65 for 20 rounds.
So here's the thing. It's actually been out for a couple of years.
Mhm.
They're using spear projectiles, burger projectiles. There's like 6 different options. Originally, it started out strictly as a match target ammo. They now have hunting rounds, some of the burger hunting rounds and stuff like that. The idea behind it is literally, because of the way that the cases are made, literally the case capacity on every single round is like plus or minus 1,000ths. So it's ridiculously accurate. You're talking factory ammo with single digit ES and SD. So I've shot it at 2020 SHOT Show. It shoots nice. It's not for us. It's for that person that doesn't want to reload, but wants to get somewhat affordable reloading, hand loading style ammo is what it's for.
I can see military applications to reduce weight, but
Yeah, it's a 20. It's 30% lighter than a brass counterpart. So, but I mean, that's the big deal with that is it's basically the match ammo to end all match ammos. The price range. I mean, you can get better stuff, but you're going to pay more for it. Not much better though. You don't, because of the way that the cases are made, you don't have concentricity issues. Is the other big thing behind it. So your case capacity is similar case to case, and your concentricity is not an issue because of the way the polymer cases are made. So, is it for us? No. Is it reloadable? No. Is it worth buying? No. Because we can still make better ammo than that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Mike. There's one thing you are going to love if we come back.
What's that?
The new F1 track. We'll be going right next to the hotel. Remember that empty lot across the street to the north?
Yeah.
Where that abandoned nightclub was, is now the backstretch grandstands.
Yeah.
The
grandstands are right outside the window.
right across the street.
Nice.
So
what did he say they're putting into all that? Something big and
250 million just in the grandstand.
just in this grandstand and pit.
Awesome.
Yeah, we looked up. Well, after we saw this, we're like, what the heck are they building? And it's the fence is lined with F1 stuff. Like, you thought, no way. I'm like,
usually,
yeah, they're literally going to run down the strip.
So it's going to go right down the strip. It's going to come and turn there onto Harmon, come up Harmon to the hotel. Then they're going to have a jog leg that's going to have the pits.
Yep.
And that'll go from 17 to turn 1. I don't see you have the front.
It's on the internet if you look it up.
Yeah, and then you go back down. Then they'll go around the big globe system
By the sand,
by
Venetian.
By Venetian. They
Yep.
come back on the strip, and supposedly the front stretch is going to be at the Bellagio fountains.
Yeah.
So it looks incredible.
And they're talking about at least the first 3 laps timing the fountains.
Mm-hmm.
So the fountains will start at one end and go to the other as the cars are coming by.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I just thought you could kick out of that.
And yes, the fountains can actually fire off that fast.
Yep.
So, so theoretically, if things go the way that they want them to go, we could potentially, not next year, not this year, 2023, but 2024, there could potentially be 3 F1 races in the United States. Miami, Circuit of the Americas, and Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had an excellent time at Vegas or at Miami and excellent time at Circuit of the Americas and good turnouts for both, even in crappy weather. And so they do want to go back to both, but they've got to expand the schedule to do it because they don't want to get rid of any of the other races.
And I could have sworn that driver that was filling this in on that said 2025 they should be ready for it.
I think that's what they
Didn't
said.
it say something on the fence right there? 2023.
No, they're supposed to run Vegas this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2023.
Which they got a heck of a long way to go.
It
Well,
won't
they
take
have
long.
24/7.
Yeah, they're out there at 4:00 in the morning doing
That's
work.
true. They're still working right now, and it is 7:00 at night almost.
Yeah, no, they're supposed to be running Vegas this year.
They try new stable HD Winchester power. It's supposed to be like Rotumba.
284 win. No, I put some on back order for the company because I'm kind of curious too. But that was one of the. We just didn't have a chance to swing over yet. that's going to be on our list tomorrow for swing ball because that's like we were saying, we got questions on the Stay Ball HD and their match powder. And
Yeah,
you
nobody
want-
has any reloaded ammo at range day.
Yeah, it's all range.
But that's what
Yeah.
that's what Nick and I were talking is like they're saying, like 300 PRC, that type of caliber. It's like, okay, well, I haven't
Well,
seen
Chris talked about it when he was on the show.
Yeah, but I know what people wonder, like where's the burn
Yeah.
chart? They want to see where it falls in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
that's on the list. I'm gonna see if they give us.
Facebook is this live.
No, it's Memorex.
8mm.
That was interesting. And now speaking of 8mm, that was interesting. That rifle I saw today.
Oh yeah, you can for the Milsurf guys.
So if anybody ever has looked through, I don't know how many have looked. So the new products page on the SHOT Show kind of shows all the new stuff. Scrolling through it last week or the week before, I saw this rifle from Cadex Defense. It's
Yep.
a company out of Canada, and it's what they showed is their new. It literally looked like a K98. I was like, wait, how are we? What? They're not reproducing these. Come to find out, it's a company out of Serbia that's making them for them, and they're importing them into Canada in both 8mm and 308
308.
Mm-hmm.
for like $500. I'm like,
It's a nice looking rifle.
it's a good looking gun. I guarantee it's the old Zastava plant that's building them. Just looking at the way the gun's built, the bolt face is bottom flattened. It's I think it's one of the Zastava Mauser plants, but that's just me. But other than that, good looking gun. But being Canada, I don't know if I can get one.
Yeah, and he price wise, he said it was like 8.
I thought it was like $5.
No, he said it was in
Around
Canadian.
In Canadian,
dollars.
which would
He said like 850, 900. He goes, but knock about 300, 350 off. But then you're,
import fees.
import fee
Yeah.
on top of that, so it's going to
And you gotta get another
laser.
laser engraved
Yeah.
spot on it. So
Yeah.
Actually, there's an importer just about 2 hours north of me. So
But for somebody that's wanting an old looking rifle
Yeah.
yeah.
and shoot a modern 308 and not have to blind 8mm, that's not a bad gun.
Yeah, that's
Guys, Brian just texted me back, told me what booth he's at. So I'll get you that information. He just needs to know a time so he knows what time to be there.
Okay.
okay. We'll do that. We'll figure that out.
So we can figure that out. We can figure that out or work it out tomorrow.
Yeah, we got Will tomorrow afternoon as well. So
I'm not working tomorrow, so I took the whole week off.
I mean, I know there's things we want to see, but if we're working on somebody else's schedule, so we can sit down and talk, and we can adjust our.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not.
when I look at it, the base I knew we were going to spend the most time
Yeah.
in. The main floor,
I think we're gonna blast through that. Other than like Winchester, Hodgson.
there's those probably 15, 20 we're going to stop
We're
at for
obviously gonna
sure.
hit primary arms.
Primary arms. I know you and I both want to hit both Aero Precision
Yeah.
and Faxon. Try to compare both of them, apples to apples. And of course, we got to hit Caesars for them, but
Yeah.
that shouldn't take crazy long.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, we should be able to hit for sure everything.
Yeah, and for everybody that's listening, or if you have specifics, we're gonna try to touch base with these people. But Thursday we can definitely go back and get more in depth if you want more information on stuff. So just let us know if we mention something you want, got additional questions that pop up. Just let us know so we can head back and be like,
Yeah.
hey, we had some listeners kind of ask this. Can you explain it?
Looks like Mike's working on a gunpowder question.
Yeah, I messaged back, but which powders? But I guess my question is, what does he mean by coming back? Frankly, Cabela's, we got a crap ton.
Yeah, back home, we're getting most of the powders I saw
Yeah.
pre-COVID, and the prices are starting to get somewhat back to normal. Like
Yeah.
Varget's probably still the most expensive powder. I think I'm still
Yeah.
seeing that about 50 a pound.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I mean, there's some that they're not making, and they flat out said they're not making, like Trail
Mhm.
Lost. And there's a couple others,
all the
like
Rotundo-
all the Enduron powders we know
Enduron.
got killed.
Yeah.
I think there's some others, but I mean, most of them are coming back and being available in one way or another. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Unique or Power Pistol. Alliance still, I guess Alliance in general still, But all of the powders that are owned by Hodgdon, so that's Hodgdon, IMR, Winchester, and Accurate.
Yeah.
Are all available. We got a crap. I mean, we had a crap ton of Ramhorn 209 for a while. I don't know if we still do or not, but so it's getting better.
Yeah, and what I know from my side, like by my business, early on when we had the big crunch, there was no chance of back ordering everything. And now I've got damn near 2 pages of powder I can back order, which means they're talking to the major manufacturers. That means, hey, we're gonna start. You're gonna start seeing this, so open your back orders up.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can get it on order, so I can actually start getting stuff in.
That's like
Paul, have you had problems getting powders?
I've had some problem getting certain powders, but most of the ones that I use, I've been able to get, H 4350, H 4895. I've been able to get those in 8-pound jugs.
Yeah.
So but primers are still the question, guys.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the thing, though. Before I headed out here to SHOT, I went by some of the, like Sportsman's Warehouse, Rocky Mountain Discount, at least in the Casper area. Rocky Mountain Discount had actually small pistol primers, small rifle, large rifle, all match stuff. But, I mean, the prices were high,
Yeah.
but they had a lot on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing.
I can see the primers being in the $75, $80 range. Okay.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah. As I know, I was getting what I get those large rifle for about a month ago. I think it was right 90, but it's large rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the last time you truly saw a large rifle on the shelf.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to get 1,000.
Well,
So-
I think, if I remember correctly, they had the Federal Match large rifle. I think it was the Magnums. I want to say they had like 120-ish.
Brownells was selling match primers for 120. And they were selling standard primers for like 90. Okay, so quite questionable. Okay, when we start seeing $70 and $80, okay, I can understand everything at that point, because 2013, 2012, we were seeing primers in the $35, $40 range. Okay, so inflation is at 8% right now. Higher than that, really. We're going to be seeing, more primers, more dollars in primers.
Give me a second. Give me a second. We'll get her gone.
Nick's going to try to delete them.
Got it. Oh, man.
I love that stuff.
But other than that, it's
Yeah.
crowd's normal.
Yeah.
Good crowd. Don't have any masks. Most people aren't wearing masks. You have a few
I mean,
I've seen. But
Honestly, the people I saw wearing masks were vendors.
vendors,
Yeah,
it's
few,
really
and
vendors.
not many, just a few.
No, but other than that,
A lot of the foreign vendors were.
mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely more of the foreign vendors than anybody.
But other than that, it's so far been a great show. And like you said, when we up on the main floor, from what we did walk around, because we did walk, I'd say a quarter of the main floor. Because
Yeah,
It's
we
fast,
didn't
very
get
quickly.
very
we didn't-
quickly.
We didn't get a chance to stop by the Burger Liverpool booth.
No,
yet.
but we kind of really broadly cover the floor, kind of
Mhm.
just to get to certain booths we want to go to on the main floor. But yeah, everything was covered.
But nothing blatant like,
No.
just have a huge open area and
No.
see you again next year. It's something like that.
Yeah, it was and there was only like a handful of small international people downstairs that didn't show.
But I will say another thing, like Mike, we had last year, like for instance, I think it was Surefire. You had to scan in or get in there at the front desk to go back to look at the product.
Yeah.
This year, I haven't seen any of that I've
Yeah.
noticed, which is a big change. So, and then I know, but we didn't do this last year. We took advantage of the media center first thing this morning.
Yeah.
We got there 7:30.
Talked to a lot of other people that different podcasts, different writers, and stuff like that. So
Take advantage of it. Yeah, they had cereal, coffee,
Yeah.
donuts, pastries, fruit. So yeah, it's
Nice.
Charging stations.
charging
Yeah.
stations. Yeah, those were all. A new battery box.
definitely,
That's what was in the new product center.
Yeah.
That big fireman battery.
we definitely
box.
know we got to up our game for next year with the planning process. You saw some of these, the bigger, influencers, if you will. Basically like uniforms and
Yeah.
planning process. Like, okay, we're going to hit this. Basically talking about all the people they're going to go talk to and interview with, review
I
products.
got it.
But I know Sharinda and Nick from like Chris,
Mhm.
found some equipment that will help. as
Oh,
far as
absolutely.
The filming and stuff.
Yeah, I
And
definitely
not-
am getting
yeah,
that.
so.
So. But yeah,
Thin feather and fur. Been there many times.
And we're trying to post more stuff. I mean, I think we posted a little bit more yesterday and early. this
yeah.
morning
Today was
when I
hard because we
yeah.
wanted to get that base. That was our goal, I think, for the day was
and
get that
we've
basement
got
done.
video, we've got photos. It's just we got to get them crossed over to the computer so we can upload them.
Also today, I noticed just from a new perspective, if you let the Instagram stars get their stuff done first, then I think tomorrow and the rest of the week, it'll be easier to get more information because not only are they taking up a lot of time and space, but their fan girls and guys are also trying to be seen by them too. So.
Well, and I think a lot of these bigger people, they come in, hit it hard the first couple of days, and they fly out like
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's been a good show,
Mhm.
Yeah. So far,
and we're getting a lot of good information this year, and
Absolutely.
that is making a difference. And we're also getting some videos, which is nice. So kudos, guys.
Thank you.
And
well, that was the goal, Paul. Is we wanted, listeners want more, and we're trying.
Yeah,
Right.
and we've got interviews for sure coming in.
Yeah.
Of course, we got. I know for sure Will from FW
Yeah.
Arms. If we can get Brian. I cannot talk today.
Yeah,
Is Brian at the show?
Well,
Yeah,
sounds like what Mike said.
Mike's
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
get-
So I know
okay.
you and I definitely want to talk to him about
Yeah.
some stuff.
Yeah.
But if we're going to definitely interview him on stuff, but yeah,
And I know when we were out at the range, where I'm an arrow and vaccine dealer, they said we're going to possibly be able to talk a little bit more in depth on the bolts and stuff. That,
Yep.
I
and
know
they
that's
even
been a question for you, Paul, too. Is obviously when, but I think it didn't surprise me that Faxon was getting in on it.
oh yeah, it doesn't shock me. Faxon's always
but
made great
it's,
barrels.
Like we're talking, we kind of want to go compare
Apples
because
to apples.
we know
yeah.
what Arrow is, and we know what they're doing last year, but we want to compare where the Faxon and Mike Faxon did say that when you guys go to NRA, swing by, they'll have a lot more to play with as far as working stuff.
We will be there, Mike, for sure. Count
Awesome.
us in. So.
me
But I
too.
know that's another thing. When you and I were talking with Arrow, who's doing their barrels?
Yeah,
Which is BA? We would assume
I would
BA.
assume Ballistic Advantage because that's their sister.
That's
company.
just gonna be, and that's why I'm excited to see. Okay, is it BA?
Mhm.
They said it's gonna be the Savage locking.
Yeah,
Smack-
Savage Small Shank. Both of
Shank.
them are actually going to be Savage Small.
Yep.
Shanks.
And so I'm excited to compare that apples to apples. Basically, the Arrow line versus what's Faxon going to bring to the table.
'Cause, I
And-
mean, they're both good. They both make great products.
absolutely.
Faxon's obviously known for their barrels too,
Mhm.
but they make great ARs.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see how they stack up to each other.
Absolutely.
As far as new, I would think you've probably seen more manufacturers of longer range rifles
Mhm.
than you are
That's-
AR.
Well, and that's the ELR stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously Faxon and Arrow have designed stuff for the home builder.
It's your budget.
Yeah.
And that's where I think your budget, well, not, I wouldn't say budget, your entry level,
Yeah.
long LRE or
Mhm.
PSR, NRL, all that's getting,
Yeah.
Well, it's like
We
when I
wanna
was
make it
talking
more
to Faxon.
Well,
and-
if you look at the actions that are out there and the prices, okay, that I think I posted on Discord about 7 or 8 actions that are in that, $750 to just about $1,000 range,
Mhm.
and you know,
It is.
and they're competing with when you're showing a Savage action that's been trued for $900.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean you got this one. These are already trued. They all been CNC machine. They're there. Or you go buy a Remington action and spend another $400 to true it.
Well, and that's kind of what Faxon alluded to me at the range day is when, of course, I peek, when I hear somebody else is getting in, that's got a good reputation. I'm curious, is they want to obviously give you that custom action, but they specifically named some of the bigger names like Defiance and others, like you can do that same quality for less price and be budget friendly. Now we all know with the custom action, you're going to, whether it's Defiance, Peak, Kelby, or we won't even go down Bat because Bat is an entirely different level.
Yeah, but you're sitting there with Defiance and you're looking at an $1,800 action nowadays.
Right.
Okay.
Even though I think their entry stuff is still
Where we look.
$1,200-$1,300.
Yeah, and you do you really need it? I mean, does everybody need
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what we've talked about. Is not everybody needs a full blown custom, but
If you can get a
if
production
you can
gun,
get a decent machined action that is giving you the custom quality for a fraction of the price, that's more tailored to somebody that small Savage shank, good headspace gauging.
sure.
You can change barrels in and out at your house with
Hey,
some basic
Sharenda.
tooling. It makes sense.
Yeah.
How's that fancy Axis rifle you got?
It's sexy as hell.
Have you shot it?
Yeah.
How's it group?
It actually, considering I didn't know what the hell I was doing, it groups beautifully. I mean, it made it look like I knew what I was doing out there on paper.
So we were talking about that last week on the show, and we found out as we were digging into it that one's actually that action and everything is all trued up and blueprinted from the factory as it goes. So that's $1,000 out the box, and it's a Savage action, so you can rebarrel it real easy.
Yeah. Like, I don't have any complaint with that axe, other than I have nicknamed it the Greed Creedy.
Yeah, it's kind of an ugly color.
No, all the accessories, it's the freaking Greedy Creedy.
Yeah.
Makes me spend all my money.
Well, that was speaking of weird colors. That was kind of funny when we were at Timber Creek with whether it's their chassis or their uppers and lowers. They had a wide variety, and we went by F1 arms. And of course, they got wide variety. I remember Ray saying, "I don't like this." I was like, "You might know a guy that can change that for you." Don't worry about color. We can fix that.
That's right.
Timber Creek was annoying for me because now they make me want to build an AR.
You should want to build an AR or 10.
Well, we were actually playing with their carbon fiber handguards. Their 15-inch was like 4 ounces.
I could have probably thrown that all the way across the room. It was that light.
It was
It
light.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Light.
It was
And how many hundreds of dollars?
What's that?
How many hundreds of dollars?
I don't know, but I'm now
What's-
set up as a dealer. So once I get my pricing, I'll let you know.
Well, it's Timber Creek, so I don't see it being
No, I mean,
super crazy.
but over the
Yeah.
years, they've been stepping it up on their stuff.
absolutely.
So
Well, Sharenda, you've been dealing with.
See, I like this one.
Yeah. Okay.
This one's from Manticore Arms. It's aluminum. I don't remember what the total weight is on it, but it's
Well, here's what
definitely
it got me. First, it was
lightweight.
the colors. Then it was the package that made it look simple.
Yeah.
Then it was hiring some actual women that I knew that I didn't know that worked there that talked to me for a little bit.
Aha.
Yeah.
So they like quad teamed you.
They did.
All right. Get her done.
Your seat tactical. It's right here.
Well, it's still an AR world out there, guys. I mean,
yeah,
and even with the chassis
Doofuses.
system, the
Ooh.
chassis systems we're seeing out there, there's a lot of AR parts that are adaptable to the chassis systems.
Good.
So, we're going to be seeing modern sporting rifles for a long time as far as that goes.
Yep.
And improvements to them.
So I actually just looked up what Timber Creek's pricing is on that 15-inch carbon fiber. Obviously, because you're playing with carbon fiber, it's got a $400 price tag to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I asked how many hundreds of dollars it was going to be. Carbon fiber is not cheap, and it's not cheap to make into shapes.
Nope.
The only thing I did not like about that handguard, there's no positive connection to the barrel nut.
It's just
It
two
just
screws.
clamps around the barrel nut. It doesn't have any
Yeah.
cross pins that
Well,
go
just
to
screws.
two screws, but it's
yeah.
still just a clamping
Yeah.
force.
And I've ran with
You
those
know.
with one of my cheap builds, and after a couple hundred
Yeah.
rounds, that thing starts to flex nose down.
Mm,
But for a lightweight, you may not have some of those issues
Yeah.
where you need that.
yeah. So any look at the 410 AR-15 upper?
Which brand is he
Yeah.
asking for? That's the question, because there was one at range. I think it was Wilkerson,
You're right.
because it was right next to EAA, I believe.
And we did
'Cause that'd
look
be
at
fun.
was it that Turkish company that every lever action was a 410?
Well, that was upstairs. We haven't.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the media room to open, and
Yeah.
that was interesting. I just didn't know which AR upper.
Well, I
he
know
was looking at.
Adler makes lever action shotguns.
Yeah, who was that?
Because
One?
I have a
There was
410.
a Turkish company that I never heard of upstairs, Mike. Before, obviously the vendors and everybody works.
See if it's a 3-inch chamber, though, would you?
Yep.
Because all of
And I
your
think-
freaking lever actions are 2.5, and TSS doesn't come in 2.5. It only comes in 3.
You got to understand though that the magazine capacity on an AR-15 is only 2.5 for a shot shell,
Bastards.
because
That's what
you can only be that long.
Bastards. Oh well, I got my bolt action, and
Yeah.
I got my dad's side by side. So
I think that's it, right?
Now we didn't look into the 410
Thank-
stuff,
It might be.
but as hard as
Yes,
410
that's
is to find right now, it's
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
okay.
even if you go up to 308 size, okay,
yeah.
308 size is what, 2.80 inches, okay.
Yep.
So, where are you standing out there, guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's looking for Bear Creek.
Yeah.
So we did walk by the Bear Creek. We did not swing in there. They were busy. I was
Yeah.
shocked. I know Bear Creek, as Chris was saying, Bear Creek has been stepping up their game. I will give them that, especially. There for the longest time, they were known as your lowest bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they were busy, so we didn't swing by. They were in the basement. Great looking booth, but they were kind of stuck back in one of the corners
Yeah.
behind
I mean,
one of the
it was-
kitchen areas.
It was a good sized booth,
Yeah.
but kind of back.
But there was one. I think they sell the upper, because they did have an upper out there called Wilkerson Tactical, I believe is what it was called, out at Range Day. I think was it you or
Yeah.
was it you?
It was
had
right
a-
next to the EAA.
Yeah, and it had a weird recoil spring design. Was it the recoil spring or what was it?
I don't remember. We didn't shoot it.
We didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
It looked good though. Maybe something to look into.
Well, you saw at the new product display the collapsible 12 gauge.
Yes, I
Yeah.
don't remember the brand on that. It was a pump action, but it broke in half and
Yes.
almost all the way in. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the Silver Eagle, little single shots. They fold almost completely like this, but it was a 12 gauge.
The cheap one from Walmart does the same thing.
Yeah.
Whatever their freaking brand is.
We carry them at work. I think they're the stupidest things in the
Okay.
world, but
We'll have to swing up.
Well, they're overpriced too.
yeah. But yeah, I think this is it, because reading on their description it says, where are you at? Show more. Yeah, the lever action 410s. There was a company up by the media.
Yeah.
Sorry, I believe this is it. It's called HugTech. It looks like, we think out of Turkey is what we believe. Makes all sorts of lever action 410s, and they're good looking little guns from the catalog.
410 must be more popular across the pond than it is here.
I believe so, but that's just me from what I've been able to tell.
No, 12 and 16 gauge are popular in Europe.
I don't know why the big push for 410 because,
Yeah.
as you said, you can't find it.
You can't find it anywhere.
Well, you can't find it because no one's making it because it's
Cool.
not used that much anymore.
Yeah.
You know, other than a self-defense load for some some revolver that's out there.
The governor.
Yeah, governor and what's the other one? The Taurus Judge, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can buy a 10-pack or a 5-pack of loads for that, but you're not gonna even in skeet shooting, you don't see it that much anymore because it's so expensive to shoot.
Speaking of Taurus, we did shoot at range day. They're 460.
And the Smith & Wesson 500.
Oh yes, and I also did get to shoot a Smith & Wesson 500, which it's been on my bucket list for quite a while, and it was fun.
But they only gave you one round.
They only gave me one round.
One
That's all I
round.
wanted. I only wanted
They
one
were
round.
only giving everybody one round for the 460.
For the safety, especially. But that 460 with the comp.
With the comp,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, that was
It's very reminiscent of Smith's.
yes. It had more of a
460
more of an AR comp on it,
Yeah,
but
'cause
other
this,
than that,
this is their Raging Bull Hunter.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to the Smith & Wesson 460 Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taurus is getting a lot. I will say Taurus is stepping it up because they had their new. I think they call them their executive models.
Yep.
Their new both 38 or 388, 357, and their Judge.
Yep.
Executive line, and they look great.
That's who's not got the new H&R.
And
It
of
was
course,
HR,
they had
Taurus,
their,
and Rossi.
Yeah. No, was he?
They had their.
No, that was.
I show that
Yeah.
HR is owned by the group that
Right.
owns Palmetto State Armory.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's H&R. That is
Heritage
it's
Rough Rider.
it looks similar logo.
It does.
I don't know how they're not getting away with copyright infringement, but that's just me.
We did see quite a few people had the AR 12 gauge.
That's
shotguns
still
around.
big. Yeah, that's still
I
big.
mean, everywhere
Everybody
you
is
looked,
making those things.
yeah, everywhere you looked, everybody had a
Between
version.
Turkey, Philippines.
Oh, there's 3 of the 4 factories in Turkey are making those AR-12s.
Yeah.
And there's one of the factories that's making an AR or a AK-12 as well.
I think it's that JTS, if I'm not mistaken.
Besides, somebody else has got one besides JTS, and it's not the JTS. It's not even close. So the JTS is actually pretty decent.
Yeah. I think what else we saw. Anything?
He was going through photos.
Man, too.
Night Stalker pistols that we were playing with.
Which was that?
That
What brand was that?
it was almost like a Glock type.
Night Stalker. I
Um,
don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
There's so much we looked at today. It's already really jumbling the minutes together.
So
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, as I said, we just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There's so much more tomorrow and Thursday.
yeah.
So
Yeah, if you guys want to just keep updating on the
yeah.
we will do that.
That
Yeah.
was Tias.
TLs?
thesis.
Oh yeah.
What day are you guys staying till? Thursday?
I fly out Friday.
You fly out Friday?
Me too.
Yeah.
So I know we're staying until Saturday morning. So I think they're leaving around noonish.
I'm trying to get there. Should we put another show on a SHOT Show special for Thursday night?
I wouldn't hurt.
Good.
We could.
A final update of what we saw before.
Yeah.
'Cause
So I know you guys are going to the Classic Arm Show.
We're gonna go to the Antique Arm Show probably first thing in the morning Friday, and then probably hit
Saturday morning.
Saturday. Friday.
Right, because
Friday.
we leave Saturday.
And then we're gonna hit maybe last a little bit if there's absolutely last thing we want to see there at SHOT. Hit it up again Friday afternoon.
Yeah, we could
But
do
other than
another
that-
show Thursday night.
I think that would be wise. That way they get 2 good days of going in and seeing what's out there, and we can pry it out of them while it's still fresh. And
They don't have to try and remember till next Tuesday.
right.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have. I know because if we're for sure one interview tomorrow, maybe the second one with Brian. Don't plan on those like everybody else. Oh, we gotta have them that day. Give
Oh
us.
yeah, don't worry about Brian because we can always bring Brian on. Brian loves
Sure.
coming on the show.
True.
So
Like
just,
we were
if you just
talking-
want to stop by, say hi, and see what he's got. If you
Yeah.
want, if he wants to do an interview, then go ahead. But it's not a necessity.
And to answer James, yes, Taurus did bring that Smith and Wesson Raging Bull, Raging Hunter, 500 Smith and Wesson out.
It was fun.
Yeah,
So it's only like $700 instead of
the video on the 460 of Nick shooting and the Smith and Wesson is on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Did you guys, were you guys able to get in and upload stuff to YouTube?
Yes, both of us are. Yes.
Yeah.
We're ready.
We're just trying to get the,
It's been a day. We were moving the whole day.
Oh yeah.
I've been
and we were looking for the squirrel over here.
yeah.
See
I've
what you
been-
need to do. Does anybody have an iPhone besides her?
I do.
No.
So you need to get an Apple tracker and slap it on her.
I was texting.
I just think
the problem was as we're walking, we're like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, we're like, where the hell she go?
And she would. I think we literally left her halfway behind. She was still halfway
Yeah.
back, and we were almost on one
So-
end.
I
Best
think I'll go
Buy's-
back down to the
Best
Please.
Buy's like 3 blocks down and 4 blocks over from where you guys are staying. Just run over tomorrow, get an Apple tracker, and staple it to her forehead or something.
I'm gonna go down to the canine part down by the police station, just get a leash so we can keep her with us.
It'd be like one of those, like you see those.
No, that's a bad idea.
Get back here.
I needed one because man, look, I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, is there was a few vendors we were talking to, and she's getting information, and I'm like, well, have you told them what your nonprofit that you work with is? Well, no.
No. That's one of the reasons you're there, Sharenda.
And the thing is, once she started giving the spiel, they're like, oh,
Yeah, they get wide open. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah, you see, Sharenda, that they're sitting there thinking tax break, okay?
Yeah, honestly,
That's right.
Sharenda, that's one of
Yeah.
the main reasons. That is the main reason that
Yeah.
I made sure I asked you to go, is so you got a
It's
chance.
not better. I have
And
no more business cards in my.
No,
you need to pimp wilderness.
No, I'm sitting there saying that they are looking for tax breaks. That means they give you stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Right, and I'm working on it. Once Chris smacked me in the back of the head like 8 times, then
Chris,
y'all got to keep in mind this is my first time ever in Vegas
I understand.
and my first time ever in SHOT Show. I'm like
Hey,
breathing
strip
stupid
clubs are
over
strip
here.
clubs. It doesn't matter where they're at; they're all the same.
Look, SHOT is the strip club for me. I just want to take my money.
So here with-
No.
Make it rain.
Chris, carry a 2x4 with you so you can hit her in the back of the head to straighten her out, okay?
Or I kept running into people I knew and you
Taser.
guys yelling at me. You know this person. You know that
Like
person.
at lunch today, your friend that came out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
We're
what?
like, what the, you and I are like, wait, whoa.
Yeah,
what-
what's going on? What?
She goes, I know that girl.
There you go.
But yeah, I was amazed at some of the quality of the guns that Tios is making.
Yes.
Yeah.
SDS. That
Some
whole
nice
import
looking
line.
1911s.
I will.
Yeah, even their revolvers are really nice.
Nice.
that's a good one there.
Mike,
And looking at pricing,
we'll
I
send her
got
to the show next year with a sign. I am a 501c, okay?
Yeah.
And the name, and then we just put it
No,
above
we'll get
her.
her one of those baseball hats that scrolls.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Or no, not baseball hat, tactical backpack that has a scroll light.
Oh
Yeah, but they'd have to see that from the back. We have to get it to the
No,
front.
you just wear it in the front of
No,
you. So you can
tactical.
load your
She can
stuff
have
in.
a plate carrier that has it on the front.
Yeah. They had them
Yeah.
downstairs.
Hey,
They did.
I will say,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Patch Viking was back again this year. Mike knows what I mean by that.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah, I saw him floating around.
Yeah, Patch Viking, that's what he's known as.
Mhm.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, we've been on for almost 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it's
Yeah,
well,
I mean, we'll be able to cover a lot more come Thursday too.
yeah.
Make sure you stop by the Primary Arms booth. Thank them for their
Will do.
sponsorship.
We will.
Oh yeah,
I am
that's
tomorrow.
on our list.
That's on the
Yeah.
list.
So tomorrow I have to work. I probably won't be walking the floor until a little bit after 2:00. Central tomorrow.
Okay.
So that what's that? 10 o'clock that their time?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how are we gonna get the word out
What's that?
about another show?
Mike
Oh,
can put it.
as
we'll
soon
get
as
it.
we're done, I'll set it up.
Yeah, you can just set it up as a thing on here and just
Okay.
if
Yeah.
everybody just have to notify me.
So
and-
It shows up as
Discord.
Facebook events. So,
Okay.
so Primary Arms right now they got a Beat the Winter Blues sale. So that's going on right now. No, I don't want to. Make it go away. I do not want $20 off. There we go. Finally. Maybe not.
$20 towards Stacy's new hunting clothes,
And
which I
if,
appreciate.
and if you use the code, you might get an additional 20% off. I gotta get you that code. Too.
And
So,
you know, I'm not
Lots of
one.
topics and stuff.
I'm not one to say support this company without actually touching the product. And if it's a shit product, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now, her friends that women's clothing line for hunters. Wow.
Yeah.
Pricing is phenomenal, and the quality. It's like damn.
Well, you know what, Sharenda? That means we need to have him on the show at some time, Pam.
Yeah.
They will love that. 'Cause
Okay, good.
I tell everybody I'm the customer that they couldn't get rid of. Like I was a customer and now I show up at their meetings.
Well, and it's like the lady I was talking to towards the end, as we were talking, it's
Dark
like
hair blonde.
Docker.
She's the CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was talking to the CEO, and I was like, the biggest thing with women for hunting and outdoors, there's really hardly any lines that are women specific. And what was
And fit women.
Well, what was neat when we were talking, I'm asking for obviously for my wife because she wants to go hunting this year. They actually early on had 3,000 women that they got
3,000.
feedback, and to get the true, because depending on everybody that's got a girlfriend or wife, when you talk to them, well, depending on what size pants you wear, well, it depends on the maker and all this.
Mhm.
What they did is actually sent tape measures out to 300 women and said, "Give us your actual sizes." You were telling me they Zoom you and stuff like that.
Yeah, and see, I wasn't one of the initial people. I met them after the fact. So I talked to them later during the Zoom and told them adjustments that I would like to see made. And they did it.
Oh, and what was neat, what she was telling me is a year out, say, Mike buys his wife something, or she goes out and buys it directly. They'll follow up with her a year and it's like, give us some feedback. What's been working, what's not, how's it holding up?
That's awesome.
And if they find something, she was saying they're always making little changes.
Yep.
Now, are they strictly women? Because that gentleman was wearing a pair of their pants too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they were pretty much strictly
Yeah.
women, but as you can see,
Yeah.
men can wear them.
And they
too.
do have
Yeah.
a specific, like she was saying, a curvy line.
Okay. Hey, Sharenda, why don't you try and set them up for something in May for coming on the show?
I can do that.
Because May is about when people start thinking about hunting stuff.
And that's with their tops. She said they'll be coming out just before
Oh, you
fall
do
because
Yeah.
they're strictly the pants right now, but they with the feedback from the women, they wanted the tops to match the camo, obviously.
Thought I
And
had them already.
they're doing pre-orders right now because they're finalizing their R&D on their tops, and they said they should be out late summer, just before seasons start. But you can pre-order, so once they're finalized and hit their inventory, they'll automatically ship right to the whoever ordered them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've had the same pants for coming up on a little over 2 years, and they still look new.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nice.
she was telling me this season last season she fell down the damn side of a mountain with hers, and it's like, no issues, no cuts, no scrapes.
Good.
That's nice.
She said she was sore from falling, but the pants and stuff was good.
I'm not really feeling that bad for her because she also got this massive ass wild boar archery hunting too.
What was nice about when you first wore them, I didn't even think they were hunting pants because they're OD
Yeah.
green.
Yeah.
But I did notice they had a black. Do they have black?
No, those are base layers.
Oh, base
So,
layer. Oh, that's the
yeah,
insulated layer.
Those
Okay.
are the insulated long johns.
Yeah.
But they also had that camo pattern.
Got
Yeah.
camo, got green. They're coming out with khaki.
Yeah, they got quite a few.
Yeah.
Like she was saying, they're going to start.
They'll probably do black.
Yeah, because when you were first wearing them, I thought, oh, Sharenda's got a female pair of tactical pants, is what I
Yeah.
thought they were.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize they were hunting pants.
They're hunting pants. I up hunting, white tail hunting.
Nice.
Oh,
Sounds good.
definitely impressed with them.
Basically, as far as the show goes, when you guys are there, anything starting middle of February, pick a Tuesday and set up an interview.
Okay.
And just message me. I'll put it on the calendar.
I'll do.
So
Yeah, we had several people said they're more than welcome.
Yeah, I mean, all those bullet companies, you know, Liberty, everybody was like, "Oh yeah,
I bet
we'll
you
come in
that-
and talk what we're doing." And
Bet you that guy from Core.
yeah,
Probably
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the guy from Core, he's my age, maybe the developer, the kid that designed these,
yeah,
probably my age, maybe lower, but he's an architect.
and he's an avid hunter.
Avid
He's
hunter.
hunted in Wyoming,
Yeah.
Texas, you name it.
Yeah. So I look at it coming from the architect side, where you're building houses and buildings to produce in gun
Yeah.
cases.
He does
insert-
reload.
He does reload. Yep, he did say
Yeah.
that.
nice.
And I got a feeling as he grows, his prices on that case will probably come down.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Being a newer company, give him.
Yeah, because he's just a small business owner.
It's
They'll
not
find,
just
they'll find
for-
better ways to manufacture it and better
Yeah. And it's not
suppliers.
just for like Pelican. That system is set up for any
In
case.
case.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
big.
So if you had a Plano, it would work in that.
Well, the Cabela's brand ones are either made by Plano or Pelican, but nobody will say.
Mhm.
They look more like a Pelican than a Plano, though. So
You sure they're not made by Harbor Freight?
no, the Harbor Freight ones look different. So, but I get half off those. So before I leave Cabela's, I'm buying one of those big ass rifle cases.
A couple.
I'm gonna talk about this guy.
Probably
Okay.
depends on how much the boss lets me spend before I leave.
I didn't even actually see.
Well, if you get half off, they're about What are they? About $300 now.
Two.
Two. Okay, well that's bad. Not bad. You know that way you spend two and you buy what you get two.
Yep, yep,
Mhm.
so there, so you can see.
So, because otherwise, I think I spent what one.
Have Nick show that up to the.
You're getting that real quick because it was black washed on yours. Or light washed. There's that cool knife tool. It's got all the different cutting blades. You can
Based
sharpen
off
all the
the-
different.
Yeah.
So it's
Does,
cool. I thought.
does it do scissors?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
scissors, shears, shovels,
Oh, crikey, that's awesome.
lawnmower blades, chisels, knife putties.
Ooh, lawnmower blades.
$20.
$20. That's what's when I first saw it, we were walking by. I thought it was a taser.
Yeah, I thought it was a
The
taser.
way the main design looks like a taser. So
Which wouldn't surprise me if Shurinder walks out with taser, beanbag rounds, every other thing.
Which one of y'all gonna let me demo on y'all?
Nick.
I want to get tased, but not by you.
No, here's the deal. Okay.
no.
So here's the deal. Shrenda, if
we have a live
you get
podcast. Oh, God.
tased,
Oh God.
then they're going to have to pay to see somebody get tasered. So,
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of stuff for Thursday.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
'cause
good.
usually we should be able to get through Forrester, everybody on that main floor, and should
Oh, we'll have it.
through
Yeah,
Caesar.
Don't forget to stop at Sierra and
Yeah, we did see
We
theirs.
figured out where that is. We got Sierra
Yeah.
located. We got Winchester with Hodgson. We got American Outdoor Brands done, which is all the Frankfurt Arsenal,
Yeah.
their old line.
Which is what we were kind of doing while she was networking and
Yeah, we
everything.
hit.
We did that quick run to just kind of say, okay, that's where they are. There. Okay. Yep. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah, we have everything lined up pretty much where we're gonna go.
Mhm.
Game of plan
Awesome.
for the morning. We have not found a lion, which I think they're gonna be over
Which we
by.
didn't really get further back.
I think
in
they'll
the
be
main
over by
floor.
RCBS because I believe
Yeah.
that's
That's
all
what I
that.
thought. They were.
I think they'll be
Yeah.
down and to the right, if I'm not mistaken. If they're in the same spot they were last year,
Down and to the right. Down and to the right.
but
Oh, sorry. Different movie.
For Ken, only brass sellers we really saw is they're making cups and jackets.
Extrude, just
Yeah.
standard brass. Is that what he's looking for? Or is he looking like actual?
I think he's looking more like
Brass
because
manufacturer.
I haven't found anybody that. Well,
Oh, no,
Starline,
Starline's
we
there.
did go by Starline, but they didn't have any. It's all their standard products that you see
Yeah, I didn't see Arc,
on their website. And honestly, all they had really set up was a
Dealer.
couple.
and they were dealer.
Yeah.
And it's like
Their dealer pricing wasn't bad. If you
you're
want to
gonna
order
order
50,000
50,000
pieces,
Yeah.
So, geez, you saw what for a certain thing. You're like, ooh, that's like it was like
Alliance 11838. That's the booth number.
That's like, for instance, Starline. I think it was like
Yeah.
30 carbine blank brass we were looking at.
6mm art.
It was like 2 cents a piece.
Were they?
No. I
Oh.
said this
no.
question.
Oh no, yeah, and I know Ken's talked and he's asked about that. We just haven't had a chance to
We're gonna hit Hornady, of course, see how
Yeah.
that's coming because they're the ones that designed it.
because the
see what
only
their brass
actual
is and-
case manufacturer we saw
Was
was Starline,
Starline.
and that's because they were downstairs and we just barely started going through.
Wasn't
upstairs.
what's called downstairs? Peterson?
No, they're in
No.
Caesars.
Yeah, they're in season.
Okay.
But
That would be.
well, and we don't know yet because maybe they have a new release coming out.
They have Weatherby.
That's what
Yeah. Well, in the new product they have Weatherby and Norma.
And Norma. So they're doing
Stuff
a lot.
coming
I did notice with range days we were shooting somebody. I can't remember what it was. They were using Peterson, which I was kind of
Probably a
shocked.
long range gun. One of them long
Probably
range.
long range stuff.
That's it. It was the where you were shooting long range.
No,
Oh,
that was Hornady match. He was
No, I looked at one of them. What was it?
well, the 7 PRC stuff I was shooting was all the Hornady Hunter season.
Oh, the Hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody was using it though. 'cause I
There
looked at
was like KDEX Defense. There was all those high end stuff. Most of them we can't touch.
Was
though.
is Spear here? I could have sworn I saw him on the list. I could be
Well,
wrong.
who are they owned by? They're owned by somebody, aren't they? Or are they themselves?
it. Search through.
Spear ammunition. Yep. They
Yeah,
are-
we'll drop by there.
Yeah,
Where they
we'll
at?
make sure we add that to the list.
Oh, that's right. They're with all the. They're Butler Creek. That's who owns them now. Oh, we were right next to them.
For Ken, I know there's been quite a few.
Yeah, they're owned by Vista.
That's right. I
But
forgot
for
that.
Ken to answer his question in the chat, yeah, I still got that on our radar because I know we were all talking about in the
Mhm.
Discord channel about not having to go with the 6.5 Grendel to make your own and see what's out there for possible.
I think give it time. I think we're still. It hit the market. It's a great cartridge. It just hit the
Well,
market.
it's starting to get a
the
lot
wrong
more
time.
traction.
Yes.
now.
I'm excited for it. I know
I mean,
a
I've
lot of
got
people are.
one.
and Yeah.
I built one. and
I just think it's a great cartridge hitting the market at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So. But no, there's
What-
a lot.
What does it do that another one doesn't?
It's always the question.
Essentially, it's like most of the rounds that Hornady is creating is just more efficient. You're going to use less powder.
I'm just sitting there going, you get a 6 GT or a 6 BR, and I talk about efficient 6 BR,
But it's not a factory case. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
That's the big thing is it's a factory. You can go. You can essentially go into Cabela's, Bass Pro, Sportsman, Shields, and buy a factory round, and it's going to work in any rifle.
Well, that's like
That's
I know
why.
like the 6GT and what he was saying. Those are more for bolt guns.
Yeah,
The ARC was designed around gas.
but
guns.
they have, when you look at Hornady's reloading that, they have a specific bolt
Yep.
section and gas.
But yeah, I
And that's
believe
because
it
of
was-
pressure.
Exactly. But originally, if I remember right, I thought it was believed to be designed around the gas gun.
Yeah.
The AR-15.
The reason why that 6 ARC was designed is because military.
Mhm.
And when you were looking at Afghanistan, the insurgents, obviously it's a request by certain, but they were looking at the insurgents and people that were fighting, and they were looking at the insurgents knew where that 5.56
Yeah.
could
Mhm.
basically end, and they knew they didn't have a lot of 7.62 other than your machine guns.
Yeah.
So that's why that arc was, because then all of a sudden they created that so they could actually go out further and actually have that impact. And like anything with military design, we've taken it in the civilian world and like, oh, we can do this, and this, and this.
Yeah, it's
I'm just saying that I there's a lot of cartridges that we're seeing
Mhm.
that are basically a rehash of something that's out there already. And
But is it out there as a factory cartridge or is it out there as a Wildcat?
well,
That's the difference.
Even factory cartridge. I mean, if you want to take the 7mm PRC and People's Republic of China and put it up against a 7mm Remington Magnum, they're the same. The only thing the one's got is a little faster barrel twist. All right, put a faster barrel twist on the 7 mag.
The problem is, though, Paul, even if you did the faster twist, the way that chamber's designed, that bull's going to seat further in the case. So unless you do a custom chamber, you're not going to get that same thing with the 7PRC.
I'm just saying that it's basically the same capacity as far as the case capacity and everything else. So I'm seeing them almost basically the same. Okay, I'm not saying they are exactly the same, but it's so slight between the two of them, and I'm not digging against either one of them because they both work well because they're both basically the same. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean,
So you're saying it's basically a 243 Winchester, 244 Remington thing.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You know, that's all. One wins, one loses. One's been around for 70 years, right? And the other one is brand new. And okay,
It's no big deal. No big deal.
but at the same time, you could take your 6 arc and put a 6.5 Grendel up against it, and I think I'd probably take the 6.5 Grendel over the 6 arc. Almost the same case.
Well, and I've got a friend that was interested in ARC, and he said he had a Grendel, and I told him, I go, unless you just want to add another one, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because good luck finding brass.
that's the big thing. That's why I haven't got one yet. So brass.
See, I didn't have a Grendel or anything. That's why I built the ARC, just because I was like, it gets in between that, essentially my AR-10 and my 5.56 is something just to bridge a gap.
Yeah. Yep.
And I honestly built that ARC as a dedicated coyote gun. Just because I didn't have anything else in 6mm. I mean, I have a 243, but I wasn't going to try to rebarrel that Model 7, get it suppressed, and I was like, I'll just build an upper 4.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyhow,
All right, gang.
I gotta
Let's wrap this
go.
puppy up.
Yep.
Good night, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Good night.
So, all right, gang. So, make sure you swing over to Patriot Patch Company. Here's the Become Abominable, the vinyl for the patch of the month. I can't find the patch. I think it wound up on the floor, and then you know what happens when you have labs. So, yeah. So we'll meet again Thursday night, same time, same silly time, same silly channel, and we'll go and see what else new you've discovered. And on that note, keep your brass shiny.
Jump on Millsap short bus.
Teach them to shoot and reload when they're young.
Shoot smarter, not harder.
Teach a lady how to reload and let us pinch off your stash a little bit too.
And as Paul always says, Grandpa was right, Mama was wrong. Violence does solve some problems. And as Jim says, make sure you support the Second Amendment. And if you're struggling, 988 or 1-800-273-8255. They've got lots of trained professionals. They can get you the help that you need. We want you here. We need you here. Thanks, everyone. Good night. We'll see you in 46 hours and...
Quick math.
Not that you're counting.
45 hours and 38 minutes.
Good night, all.